or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewelry making techniques.
Tune into Jewellery Maker every day at 5 p.m. for our Miss It, Miss Out show, where we'll have 4 hours of jam-packed deals, including clearance offers, end of line, last in stock and low, low prices. The Miss It, Miss Out show, only on Jewellery Maker.
When you place your first order with us, you will receive a free booklet and DVD full of handy hints, tips and tutorials to help you get started with your new jewellery maker hobby.
The early bird catches the worm. Don't miss out on your chance to grab our amazing early bird offers at 9 a.m. on weekday mornings. Catch them while you can. There are 2 easy ways to purchase from Jewellery Maker. You can watch our show on Sky, Virgin, Freeview or FreeSat and call our free phone number where you'll be put through to our friendly help team who can place your order. Alternatively, you can go to our website and click the sign up button. Once you have filled in the required details, you can start shopping. You can watch the show by clicking the On Air Now button on the front page. You can also use our quick search tool and narrow down your results. Once you have found an item that you like, you simply click on the Buy Now button and the item will be added to your basket. Don't forget that you can add as many items to your basket per day for only 1 P&P. Enjoy shopping with Jewellery Maker.
Good afternoon and welcome to Designer Inspiration with the wonderfully uber talented Rachel Nars today. A long awaited show that I am so excited about. It's unbelievable. If you want to be able to create a masterpiece from wire, then look no further than today's show. Rachel's going to be talking to us about the DVD that is back in stock. Last time we brought it to you, sold out, back in stock for the first time in a very long time. Keep yourself on board here with us this afternoon because Rachel is here to take your text messages. 60777 JM Studio. Make sure you put that first before your message, followed by your message, and Rachel will get back to you. We will relay the questions to Rachel. We also have the ability for you to get texting or messaging us directly to the studio. The way to do that is to visit us on JewelleryMaker.com, to go to watch live, we'll watch the show live, and then send a message to the studio. That's the icon that's on there for you. So if you want to be able to do that, then get on to www.JewelleryMaker.com and we will relay your questions to Rachel. Like I said, I got the DVD back in stock. We got wire, we got some beautiful strands for you. But first and foremost, we have the uber talented Rachel Nars, who I will be talking to in just a sec. She's just setting up what is set to be the best designer inspiration show, I think. Now, of all time, perhaps of all time, I think. Why not? Let's do it. We're going to do the best show of all time. No pressure. Never, never. It is, anyway. It's with ease, darling, with ease. Walk in the park. Have a look at what I've got for you. Back in stock. Hasn't been in stock for a while. We've got the uber talented Rachel Nars' DVD. This is edition 1. Edition 2 is in the making right now and is about to be coming to your screen. So if you haven't got edition 1, in a couple of months we will be launching edition 2. So you need to be getting edition 1 in anticipation. Get edition 1 first. Already 7 of you are on the phone lines as soon as I showed you this, and I'm sure we're going to head for another sellout on Rachel's DVD. Please don't think that I'm hurrying you with anything, but we don't have massive amounts of stock in comparison to the level of wonderful jewellery makers that want to be inspired so much by Rachel Nars. If you want to be inspired by a jewellery maker that has her pieces of art displayed in the Victoria and Albert Museum, Rachel Nars has had a television documentary made up about her. She's of course a very regular guest designer here at Jewellery Maker. We love and adore her. She also does lots of work for magazines. Rachel is considered one of the very top jewellery makers out there in the UK right now, and if you want to be a part of Rachel's team, then come and grab this DVD. BLNR 83, 50 of these have already gone, and that's on the website. Lots of you are already on the phones for this as well. 0800 644 655. This is an uninterrupted DVD of Rachel Norris's masterpieces for just £14.95. I believe it's over an hour. I will confirm that.
Yes, it's double disc DVD.
Double disc DVD.
It's just about 2 hours, in fact.
2 hours?
Yes.
Fantastic. We will say hello to Rachel in a second. Just needed to know that little nugget of information. 2 hours. 2 hours in a tutorial. How much would it cost you to go for a 2-hour Rachel Norris one-on-one tutorial? Well, let's face it. This is the best way of doing it, because this lady flies here, there and everywhere with her jewellery making designs, thinking about the BBC following Rachel Norris around, thinking about the Victoria and Albert Museum displaying Rachel's wonderful masterpieces. And you think about what's going on in the V&A right now. It's pearls through time, isn't it, right now? I'm just having a look at I've just been past a piece of Rachel's artwork, which is just incredible. This is what I'm talking to you about. Award-winning designers. Jewellery, award-winning designs here, which you're seeing right now, an award-winning design, and there is more. Just outstanding. I mean, this is breathtaking. If you want to be taught by an absolute winner, by an absolute pro, by perhaps one of the best jewellery makers in the UK, then you need to grab this DVD for £14. There you are, and 95 pence. Have a look at the other one as well. £14.95 is all you're paying for a 2-hour double disc DVD. See how to make these pieces, be inspired by the wonderful Rachel, and at just $14.95. BLNR 83 is your item code. You're going to have to be quick. Well done to Mark, Pat, Julie, Vivienne, players in Devon and London. Lots of you there. Somebody's bought 2. Well done. Perhaps one of these is a Christmas present. What a great stocking filler if you're helping Santa out. You've got the extended money back guarantee. Never forget that. All the way up until the 31st of January next year. So you can send it back with no quibble whatsoever. You're not going to send it back. We are going to inspire the boots off you today. Make sure you are definitely involved. On the phone lines, if you're dialing, it is a free phone number if you're dialing from a UK landline. Now, I'm going to give you a lovely gemstone bundle. Now, I'm going to give you the items, of which I'm just going to hand those back to you. Lovely. Thanks, Pete. Now, I'm going to give to you the gemstones that you're going to need if you want to create what Rachel's created today. That was the hands of Pete there. Handy Pete. They don't call him out Handy Pete for out. Now, you've got, hope you're all right, by the way. You've got 4 strands of gorgeous gemstones here today. Now you've got those beautiful pinks. I do adore those pearls. I think they're stunning, aren't they? Those shell pearl, they're sort of a powdery softness to them. And then you've got the glossy next there, and the clear quartz as well. Now this is a bundle that has been used by Rachel, and you're going to see how to create exactly what Rachel's created. Now you've got your clear quartz. Those are 10 mil, 4 mil on both of the, on all 3 of the. Am I missing a shell, or is it just written down 3 times on mine? It's written down 3 times on mine. Sorry, a 4 mil on the 2 shell, and the fuchsia agate rounds are faceted, and those are 10 mil as well. QCG C32 is your item code, and as always, 1 or 2 ways in which you can come shopping with us here today on the phone lines 0800 644 655 or the w's.jewellerymaker.com if you're shopping with us online. For all 4 of these strands, we're going to give you the wonderful price tag of just £17.95. Now Rachel has worked with these gemstones. We are going to see exactly what she's done with them, and you are going to want to grab this bundle in anticipation. Now, of course, that code is going to be okay and up and running for the whole of the show. It's QCGC32. Write it down for now if you want to see Rachel's jewellery first, and then come and grab them. But if you do wait, you do risk missing out. Scott's just telling me in my ear we've only got 60 left now. He said, I don't think you should advise them that. There's only 60 left. People are going to miss out. Goodness me, we don't like missing out, especially when we have got the extended money back guarantee. It's no risk. I always think it's a great time to shop with us here at Jewellery Maker, but I think it's especially good right now. We got Rachel Norris, we got the extended money back guarantee. Could it be a better day? We kicked off with the fabulous Debbie Kershaw, followed by Rachel Norris, followed by Ed today. Today is a good day for jewellery making, isn't it? Now, in fact, don't bother going out today. Stay with us all day long. Now, I'm going to take, shall I take the wire with me when I go over? And I'm going to go, are we going to give the wire now or should we go over there? Let's give the gold now, Scott. Let's give the gold. Let's do some going for gold. I've got the 1 metre, the 1 mil, sorry, wire, 100 metres, not 1 metre. Now the 1 mil is your backbone. You saw how Rachel made some very structured, striking pieces. Now if you want to make the petal and then you want to weave inside and outside of the petal, first of all you'll need to create the petal with a higher gauge wire. A higher gauge wire will keep your structure. It's the muscles of your artwork, if you like. It's the one that holds everything up. And then I'm going to give you the delicate 0.4. There's your ballet dancers delicates. But I'm going to give you something else as well. I'm going to give you my favourite, which is 1.5. Now 1.5 is the best wire ever for me because it flattens beautifully. It makes the most incredible rings. It makes the most elaborate pieces of jewellery. I just love it. It's very simple to make a ring and hammer it with your chase hammer. I think that's why I love it. Rachel will argue that you need all wires for all different jobs, and she's right, of course. I'm not half as talented as Rachel, not even a tenth. BUGC05. Now I know that you're about to get incredible value. Now how much, Scott, is the 1 mil 100 metres normally? Is it, am I right in thinking it's £27.95 on its own? I am correct. Then you've got 10 metres of 1.5, which is good. And then you've got 10 metres of 0.4, which is for your weaving, for your innie outies. All of this, now remember, the one is £27.95 on its own, but you're buying all three for just £32.95. The deal is incredible, the value is phenomenal, and the code for you, BUGC05. Designer Inspiration with Rachel Norris, the flower necklace wire that she's used, which we are going to see today. We've got a flower and a turtle to show you today, and I've got a glorious dove of peace brooch, which I'm going to wear on Christmas Day. I can't wait. £32.95. Should we skip on over to the ever-talented Lady Nora, who hasn't been home for ages because she's been doing lots of work. She's been staying in hospitals, sorting out scanning machines whilst jewellery making. There is no end to this lady's talent. She's also a very busy, hard-working mother of 3. Yes. Three children. Crazy. I mean, how do we fit it all in?
It's just so lovely to see you. Oh, it's so lovely
We're
to see you
so
again.
excited to have you here. I bought all of the gorgeous pieces. Now, hang on, my earpiece is falling out now. It's all happening. Now, Rachel, we're so excited to see you, and I'm particularly happy that I'm here today with you because well, we wanted to be together because I get so excited by your pieces of jewellery, and I've got to say you're
such a lovely support of my work.
Well, you are one of the best. You're an award-winning jewellery maker, and this is exciting for us here at Jewellery Maker.
Yes, it's fabulous to be back, actually, everyone. It really is. And I brought some lovely designs today. I've worked hard on doing some nice intermediate designs with the flowers, and then we'll work on to more advanced design with the sea turtle necklace, and we'll see how much we can fit in today.
Oh, please, let's see how much we can fit in. Let's learn Rachel's wonderful talents, or let's learn a fraction of Rachel's wonderful talents. Don't forget to grab the DVD. Half of the entire stock of that has gone and sold out. Now, Rachel, talk to us about what we are going to be learning about today.
Right, today we're in the first set of projects. We're going to learn about how to make sort of a flower connector and a flower shape, fill it with beads and gemstones, or wire wrap it, and then put it into various designs. Actually, if you look through the designs, I've tried to sort of show you different ways of using that flower shape in different patterns, incorporated onto necklaces.
Sorry, I got missing. I was looking at Rachel's jewellery.
Yes.
How did you do that chain?
On the side. Now, if we've got time, I've got a similar design on the turtle necklace, so we'll show you how to completely how to make that.
I'm in love
if
with
you've got
it.
the wire twisting tool,
Yeah.
this is actually absolutely essential for making that twisted wire.
I do believe that could be available on the web. Now that's the larger wire twister. It is available on the website. We are going to give you the details of that today. Now the larger one rather than the smaller one, because you're working with the thicker gauges, aren't you?
I'm using 2 lengths of 1mm wire,
Okay.
and you could get away with it. I'm not sure whether you could do as long a length. I mean, I'm doing about 2 meters at a go. With this, and this can cope with it really, really easily, this tool.
Yes,
actually.
it does. It's great for the higher gauges, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a wonderful tool. If you haven't got it, do pick it up. It's the wire twister tool, and it's on the. We're just about to get those graphics for you. Okay, Rachel. Without further ado, which first piece are we going to concentrate on?
We're going to go through this flower necklace here. So we're going to show you how to make the flower shapes and the little connectors at the sides and the clasp, and then how to put it together. There's jump rings and all these things that we could use to put them together. So right, we'll start with the flower then.
Take it away, Rachel.
So
Nars.
it's nice to use the 1.5mm wire to make these flowers because it's so sturdy. You don't, and it's also, the wire is so soft and malleable. It's brilliant for working with because it's a really thick wire and you need it to be soft and malleable to work with. So this wire is wonderful, actually.
You're not the first person that said that ours is really soft yet really strong. Is that something you struggle with if you're shopping elsewhere?
It depends on, each type of brand will have a slightly different softness and qualities for working with. I think Jewellery Maker is some of the lovely softest wire you can get, actually, to be honest.
So it's much easier to manipulate
it's lovely
then.
and easy to work, especially in these higher gauges.
Which I love these higher gauges. 1.5 is always long awaited.
Because you can work hard on it, but it's much more difficult to then, if you want to bring it back to being soft, you'd have to heat it up, plunge it into cold water and anneal it, and all the coating would come off. So you need it soft to begin with, and then you can work hard on it later on.
Fabulous. Yeah. Okay,
so
right.
Starting with the flower, I just wanted to show you the stages of flower petal, the sort of 4 stages of what you've got to do. So you I've just cut them off into individual petals so you can actually see the stages. And first of all, we make a petal a round shape, and then you can make it into a diamond shape, and then I'm going to show you how to make the little point at the end, and then you hammer to work hard and flatten it. So that's what we're going to do when we actually form the flower. And we've got loads of photographs of these stages, so we've taken them all and they'll be all on the Facebook page afterwards.
Thank goodness.
So if you miss anything,
yeah,
have a look at those photographs, and I'll try and put comments on them, like tips and hints, after the show when I get home.
That's why we love Ben Gibbs, isn't it?
So he's taken
our lovely Ben.
So you want to make this sort of flower shape, and I needed to get some little flat nose pliers.
Flat nose pliers.
I haven't got these.
Aren't these cute?
Ones.
They're all spongy.
Yeah, I sort of want those. Yes. So I'm using about 80 centimetres of 1mm gauge wire, and I'm going to start to form this flower shape. What I've done to make it easy, because when you are actually at home and you're working 1mm wire, you can wind it round in loops like some other designers have shown to get them to the equal stage, but it's much more equal size.
I see, yeah. So they're all exactly the same.
Yes, but when you're working 1.5mm wire, that's actually quite difficult to do.
Yes, it is, because it gets thicker and thicker.
Yes, you have to form the petals as they go, basically. So working with that 1.5mm wire, I'm going to we'll leave a little bit of an end. You know, I've forgotten to put my glasses on, so I'll have to do that in a minute. So I'm working with, I've got them here. Right.
There they are, they're on your head.
On my head. Oh dear, that shows how old I am. And then start to form the first petal, just using the squash motion with the pliers, just to form that little angle. And then I'm just going to make the petals, another squash. And it helps if you've got a kind of either drawing on a piece of paper, or a pre-formed little sort of template one, which you can hold up your wire up to, and then check it's about the same as you go through. And
which
then you
did you work with? Do you squiggle on a paper?
To be honest, I do it by eye.
Do you?
And
okay.
I actually just do measurements like this and this, but I'm thinking of easier things for people at home to think about.
Yeah.
If they're worried about getting all the petals the same shape,
then just
you
draw
can either form one,
yeah,
draw it, and then just hold it as you go, just to make sure your petals are the same.
That's a good
shape
tip,
and size, actually. Because, and if you're really good with your eyes, you can do it by eye. But you see, I've just done another little diamond. Just want to be able to show you. And I'm squashing and pushing over with my fingers to form that first diamond. Now it's not quite even, so what you do is you spend a bit of time, because the last thing you want to do is get to the end and find that you haven't got this even, because once you start reshaping a whole flower, it's an absolute disaster, because the wire gets marked, it gets misshapen. You've got to try and get it right as you go.
And if you try and do one, then you look at the next one and you're going around in circles, aren't you?
Yeah, so basically it's just, yeah, you don't want to be, you want to get it right as you go. So that looks even, although I just would try and even up that little shape there until it's about, it looks nice and even. Can you see that nicely?
Mm-hmm.
Then squash again, push round, just with the flat nose pliers, and make another set of petals. And you continue on until you've got a set of 5. And I might jump straight to that because you sort of know. There, can you see they look quite even in shape and size? I sometimes go like this and then hold the pliers up, or hold it to a template. It's whatever makes you happy with the way that you work. You've just got to try and make sure it's even as you go, because you reach the end and you've got one petal shorter. To actually go through the whole process of shaping it all again will ruin the wire, to be honest. You can do it once, but maybe not
twice.
No. So basically you carry on until you've made 5. I might make just a very quick one so you can see. The petals won't be the same length, okay, because I'm not checking, so just forgive me. I'm just showing you the basically, you want 5 petals. Now sometimes you can put 6 in if you want. You can layer these shapes. There's endless things you can do. You can wire weave on top of them. It's almost like a tessellation pattern. Once you've got loads of these little flowers, you can just put them in as connectors and necklaces, because you can hang 3 chains of beads from the middle section of, say, some of these. You can actually put 3 chains of beads down in between. You can use these as a connector in the middle of a necklace. So they're ever such useful pieces to make, and they're lovely and strong.
So Rachel's incorporated the flower in most of the designs that you see on the table, including a beautiful bracelet and lots of different necklaces. You've got the beautiful, pretty little bracelet down at the bottom as well. I mean, they're gorgeous. Now you can also, Rachel, start filling them in, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So where were you at? I
formed the 5.
Wow.
And I've done that, and really, I should have been a bit more careful as I go along. I tried to make it as even as possible. And then we're going to cut it. So we're going to, there's always a little bit of a problem when you're doing these flowers as to what on earth,
where to start and stop.
How do you fix them, and whatever. So I'm going to try and show you one way of doing it. I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail on this flush cut down. I like using flush cutters because they just leave such a nice edge. Yeah, the flush cutters will give you that nice straightness rather than sort of an angled edge. Sometimes if you're cutting brooches you want an angled edge, but yes, exactly.
Otherwise go for the flush cutters.
You're absolutely correct there. This bit of wire you can use to make the clasp, so keep it, don't throw it away.
Never throw any wire away. It's sacred.
Now this next bit, you've got a flower shape with a short with 2 lengths like this. Mm-hmm. And this bit is cut at crossing over each other. Now I'm just going to cut that little bit on the curve, so you've got a tiny bit of curve, and this bit will going to curl down. I'm just going to cut it down just a, I think now that is about right. I'm just going to turn this over using the round nose pliers. I'm just going to curl this down.
To stop it being sharp, or to add to the design?
It's actually going to design because I'm going to use it to attach wire to.
Aha.
So actually I've curled it down.
She's clever, this one.
Again, take a bit more time than I have. I'm doing it very quickly. Squash that down, and that you can use in the next process of wrapping in the wire across the flower. You can use this to attach the whole flower together. Can you see how it will work?
Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like your anchor point, isn't it?
Yes.
And you can use it to go with your finer wire and to attach to a necklace if you needed to.
Yes. Now if you weren't going to put beads in, you could have a longer piece of wire and have it as a longer spiral and attach around and have the spiral as a detail in the middle, like I've done.
Oh, I like that.
For this connector, for example.
You've gizmoed, have you? Oh, you've woven?
No, there's woven.
Wow, you're so neat.
You see that if I've got time, we'll show this one as well, because I'd like to do that. So we'll see how we go. But this one I'm just going to fill with beads. Yes, fill with beads and form.
I like to see that you're on Team Wag Wycombe with me.
I've even managed to sort of shoehorn that into my next DVD actually.
Good girl. Are you obsessed with it like I am? I love that.
It's so useful. I made a design with it in the next design.
Good.
It's very useful.
Good. We'll see that.
Mr.
Wag will be happy.
Gary will be very happy. And so we're going to try and progress to this stage. And I'm not going to shape the flowers quite yet, but I'm just going to hammer them. Because I just like to remember we're going to just, in fact actually I will shape them, so I forgot what I was doing. We're going to shape them and hammer them next just to make these, because at the moment these look like little diamonds. You can keep them like that, that's lovely, that's a Christmas star shape for a tree, or it's a different pattern design, but we make them into
But that
petals.
cluster you've done is particularly gorgeous.
Yes, this is like a poinsettia, I can never say it properly, poinsettia flower.
Yes, I know,
it's very quite Christmassy
beautiful
flower, which is why we chose the colours to be seasonal like this. Now, next bit is just to shape these petals. So, in fact, I'll work with this one.
So we've finished off and we've curled on the inside.
Yes.
And now we're going
just
to
quickly
reshape
shape
them.
Yeah. So all I do is holding the pliers at the end of the tip of the petal, just squish and squish and pull, or twist it, I suppose. Twist your hands.
Creating almost like a mango shape, aren't you?
Yeah, so it's both sides. You can actually just twist one side and make a sort of a star that, or a petal that twists to one side. But if you just twist at the end, like that, just go around all the petals, and then you just have to make a little bit of an adjustment and get it back into shape. So you've got your 5 petal shaped flowers. And what we want to do is have these fairly flat for the necklace, but you can keep these nice and curved like this because they work to actually attach to a necklace with little curves in, for example. So this is a shape you can use in so many different ways. It's absolutely fabulous. So next we're going to do is just quickly show you some hammering.
Okay,
it's
so
very
I need
difficult to talk over it, so if you don't mind, where do you normally hammer? On the board itself?
Yeah, you can hammer on that. The block and hammer are available on our website. We're going to put them on the bottom of your screen for you in a sec. I just need you to know that Rachel Norris's DVD is selling fast and furiously.
Excellent.
If you want it, you've got to be duper quick. She just pop down to the basement, secret basement.
If you need any help at all, any stage of those DVDs, I'm there on my Facebook page. So
always, you're very attentive on that Facebook page.
So, well, some people just need a bit of a pointer with some close-up shots. They haven't been able to see exactly where a wire crosses somewhere, and I've got some photographs, and I can give them a little bit of help with
Fabulous. Thank you, Rachel. So you've got your chase hammer out. Which side are you using? The flat side.
Yeah. Yes. Now this is essential. I think we've gone through this so many times, but it's really important. You've got to have a really good flat-faced hammer and a lovely steel block. Unfortunately, my little son has had a go at this. Can you see it's all marked at the top? So
God love the sons.
Might actually, no, it's still marked. So
it is available on our website, so do check that out. And that's the exact one that Rachel's using right now.
And then I'm just going to do a little bit of banging just to show you what we do. That's all you need to do.
So you're quite lightly tapping that, Rachel. Yes. You're not going hell for leather.
No, because I just want to keep the marks to a minimum. I'm just creating a slightly flat face, and again you can stroke like that as well. There's several ways you can do it. Mark like that and then stroke like that. You see?
The hammer Rachel's using right now, the very same hammer, is on your screen. WCZX31 is just £6.95.
Just create a slightly flat face.
I can't believe how lightly you're tapping that. I think I overdo it, because I do.
You can do that. You just can control the level of work that you're putting into it.
By going lighter, gently as you go.
Lightly work hard on a wire. Sorry to talk over you. That's what you do. You're not really changing the rounded shape, but if you really want to create a lovely flat shape, yes, look, really lovely flat shape.
That's what I do. I go.
But you can create a few marks as you go, so sort of stroking.
Bit of texture.
Helps avoid that. Yes, helps avoid that.
Okay.
So we've worked, hardened or flattened and created a shape to the flower.
Or if you, Jenny, bash the living bejeezels out of it.
Which is fine. It's fine. And then we're just now going to start to form the structure of the flower and start to put it all together. So now we're using the 0.4 wire to do that.
Okay, and that was the 0.4 wire that I gave you in the bundle just a moment ago. Now, Rachel's, I've got that at the bottom of your screen. It's a 1.25 wire, the 1 mil, and the 0.4. 0.4, Rachel, is for your details,
it's
isn't
fabulous.
it?
It's a lovely constructive wire for pulling pieces together for fine detail. Used in several weaves, it has great strength, in fact, to a piece. Even though individually it's a very thin wire, it's so beautiful and strong when used in a weave. It's lovely, and it creates a shine and a sheen to a piece. As you move it, those wires will glint and catch the light, and it adds such a lovely detail to the pieces that you make.
So it's essential, really, if you're getting really into wire, to have as many different gauges. But 0.4 if you're detailing with beads, and 0.4 goes through pearls as well, doesn't it?
Yes. It does. It does go through pearls and the smaller beads, and actually gems of distinction as well, because they're wire beads that you really want to wire in well, but won't take the bigger wires. So this is a beautiful wire for going through
and it
those
won't
ones.
damage them by.
No, you don't want to pull anything through. If you feel it,
if you think, oh, will it, won't it? Don't even risk it.
You're right. So I'm using a slightly shorter length probably than I would use. I'd probably work with about 2 meters. But we're going for speed with the programme because we just want pulling through.
And because we haven't got the leeway here without going into eyes.
So I'm just going to start attaching here, I think, because I want to get from this stage to this stage. Can you see?
So you're doing almost like a little crisscross over of the wire.
Yes. And this
is that to create a bit of a net to weave into?
It is to provide a support to the next layer of beads that you're going to put on. Again, if you're doing a curl detail, you can actually weave around the curl all the way around the flower, but I'm just literally just putting it to one side. So again, I would work with a longer piece, but I'm just showing you the first sets of binding round. So maybe across there.
So we're not going across. Oh yeah, you did go across there.
Yes, and again in between each petal, pulling and cinching these petals together. And again, you've got to try. You see how I've pulled these together a little bit tighter. So I've actually got to work at this and just pull it in, and pull it in a little bit tighter, and then maybe go back, and then round to the next petal. Start to pull it in tighter. Pull with your finger or press with your fingers.
And you're pinching as you go if you feel necessary.
Yes, just to keep the petals even. You're exactly right there.
Keep them where they've got to be.
Yes, and then again, just wrap the wire around a little bit, and then back across. It doesn't have to be really, really neat because you're going to hide all this later on with all the beadwork. So it really doesn't matter. You're just adding strength. Try and catch in to this little bit. This little sharp bit can be a little bit sharp, so you've got to make sure it's either above or going to be hidden
away from where the skin is going to be touching.
At the front, and that's going to be at the back.
Okay.
So have I done all the petals? Not quite yet. Now this bit is tremendously useful. You're now going to start to really bind the structure.
Using that as a curl.
Yes. Starting to create a really strong connector, because you want to be able to have something. If you're a child, I try and make my necklaces so that if a 3-year-old grabs it, it'll survive. Yes. So they have been
speaking from experience.
Yes, they've been toddler tested basically. These designs. So I don't.
How old's Jack now?
He's nearly 4. He's going to be 4 on the 16th of December, so a couple of days' time. I'm the 21st of December, and I know Debbie was saying she's her birthday's coming up.
Oh gosh!
So we're all December babies. So you can see now we start to then. I've done all the petals round. You can go round once more if you like, and then what I'm doing is just like wrapping in between, just to create a kind of net of strength in the middle of the flower, and you can wrap round if you like, but really just creating a little bird's nest in between until you get to a stage where you feel sort of you've got and press down into the centre of the flower as well. Until you've got a stage where you've got a nice little network across, and I'll move on to the next stage so you can see what I'm going to do next, which is add some beads to the centre of the flower.
Fabulous. So we've created a nice weave in which to accommodate the beads. That it'll hold on to them. It'll be so like a safety net for them.
Yes, because also to to hide this any sharp bits of this end of wire, and to create a nice sort of cushion against the skin, because again this is a piece that's meant to be worn against the skin, and you don't have to worry so much about edges of wire if you're actually going to put it on top of a tiara or something like that, because the back is going to be sort of cushioned by something else. But you've always got to be mindful, if you run your hands over it, you don't want to be catching your skin.
Do you?
No. So I'll put this piece away, and then we're going to move on to the next stage, which is adding some beads on. And you can see I have worked with a longer piece of wire. Sorry, this tone is a little bit different because I have run out of the 0.4 wire and I used some older JM wire. So it's a little bit totally different.
Fine.
So I've got 12 beads of this beautiful, these are just sort of Bollywood pink, and it's really luscious colours.
It is a gorgeous fuchsia, isn't it? And I love it together with that gold.
And I've combined it with copper, so it goes well with gold and it goes really well with the copper wire as well, if you have it. So in fact we'll have it in the next bundle as well. So the copper wire is absolutely fabulous. So I've threaded onto a long end of wire 12 beads, and you can see I've pushed it into sort of circle with my fingers. And then you just start to form. Oops, this is a bit where it is. You've got to be a little bit careful, I suppose, about where you place the beads, and you keep it in the centre of the flower. This is a bit where it can potentially go wonky. I'm just going to cut that end off because I did that to stop the beads coming off. Sorry, bear with me. I'm pulling the wire through and then threading it. Now, this is a bit where I shouldn't use my hand now, but I'm just going to try and untangle. Pull the wire slowly.
We do though, don't we? I do that with sewing. It's always that there's a needle in my mouth and I think, oh.
If you feel, it's my third hand, you see, if you feel that the wire is tangling, just slow the wire down, don't move it too quickly.
Yeah, because you'll get yourself in a pickle if you do that, won't you?
Stop it tangling, catch it with your finger through as it goes through, and you'll stop that tangle. So I'm trying to show this clearly for you, and then I'm pulling this into shape. Keeping my thumb in the centre because I want to hold that shape as much as possible and keep that wire circle of beads as tightly packed together as I can.
Okay.
So I've done that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wrap round about 3 times because I'm going to fill up the space between the beads. And this is why I slightly regret using such a long piece of wire, but there we go.
Do you want me to snip it?
No, because I'm going to
need it, don't you?
Use it for later. So you do need to use this long piece of wire, but
at home it's easier because you're not showing people.
No. Three wraps in between each bead, and then you go across to the opposite side and start to attach the other side of the flower, because really you want to make sure that this little circle of beads does not start slipping over to the other side.
Yeah.
So I've done about 3 wraps.
Or flipping up.
Yes.
Because it will flip up if you don't secure it properly as well, won't it?
And then across to the other side,
okay.
And start to wrap, and again 3 times in between. Poke it through in each of spaces.
We can't hear you because you're in your mic there.
Do you know, at home I use my hands, I use my chin,
anything,
I use
feet,
my mouth,
children,
anything,
dogs.
Yes, anything to anchor that wire in place. And you do, don't you? When you're human beings after all.
I always attach things to door handles if I'm trying to do something. If I haven't got an extra hand, I'll tie it to the door handle, and then someone will come through the door, and I'll be like, no.
Well, I would twist wire down staircases and things that was really long lengths of wire before I got the wire twister
wires.
And literally I'd be twisting wire on with children, heavy weights at the bottom. So I've attached that side and that side. And actually, you want to attach all the way round. Now, I'm wondering about the time, whether we want to actually go on to the next piece or whether stage of it.
Yeah, we do need to. We've been on this one for 35 minutes.
Yeah, so really what we need to do is pretend that I've actually wrapped round every bit of the bead.
And we've got this in photographic stages as well, so please don't worry. Ben's going to pop that on Facebook after the show for you. He's photographed every stage together with Rachel before the show. So there's nothing to worry about. If you're seeing and you think, right, I need it. Don't forget Rachel's DVD. We are fast approaching a sellout of that, so please do hurry and check out your baskets. If you've got it in a basket, you are definitely competing with the telephone callers right now. How many do we have left, Scotty? We're really limited.
Okay, I think we'll be all right.
We've only got 50 of your DVD left.
Oh,
Tiny
goodness.
amount of those left. And when we started with a back in stock amount, so we had quite a lot.
I'll have to get some more made, won't I?
I know, yes. Get to the printers at once.
So, next thing to do is fill this gap up.
Okay.
Now, I think 7 filled this one particular
3,
circle
4,
up.
5. Yeah.
But
Yeah, it looks
yours
like
might be, you know, if you make it differently with a different size flower, it'll be a different number. But I think 7 filled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Fill the space, and again, start pulling that in by weaving down through and filling up the spaces with lots of weaves of wire. And imagine I've done that, okay, because I really want to get on to doing the connectors and the other flower and things like that. So
okay.
I'm just going to put the last bead in, but you can see exactly what I'm doing.
So you finish off with a centre bead.
Centre bead. And this bead can be the same, or it can be different, like I've done in the bracelet. You can, if you bring the bracelet over, Jenny, I've done a different.
Oh, I love this.
A different, you know, just put one of the big beads in the centre. And if you noticed, I've curved the flower round to fit the wrist there because it's not flat.
How did you do that?
You just literally with your fingers or
and you've used jump rings, have you, or did you make those?
Yes, made jump rings, and if you've got time we can show you those, and I'll just show you briefly how to make them. They're so quick. Again, this is the finished flower, and what I've done is woven in between each one to fill up the spaces. So that's what you do, basic to finish, and you need to make 3 of these for that design.
You're ace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to the
now
next
we're going to go to the next stage, which is what, Rachel?
Making up the design.
Making up, so completing and finishing up the design. So we're looking like this one, yeah?
Yes.
Okie dokes.
Now, if any of you've got jump ring makers, which I have got here. These were sold.
Have we got the jump ring maker here?
They sold out. I don't know.
I've never seen those before. We have got them in stock. I've never seen that before. How
if we've got them, I use throughout these projects the one with 4, 6, 7, and 8, which is absolutely brilliant.
What a wonderful
tool! Yes, for making jump rings. And with this one, you can use the small mandrel on your gizmo to make the small jump rings.
We've only got 5 of the other ones, so be quick.
If not, use the small mandrel on your standard gizmo, which will make exactly the same size, more or less.
Okay.
Okay, you can see that. And for the larger ones, which you can use
I'm mesmerised.
A 9mm knitting needle or a biro or something like that.
Something with a rounded, so something round.
Something like about 9mm wide. So
okay.
I could show you quickly how to make jump rings. It really doesn't matter.
We've got 20 minutes.
Okay.
So you decide.
Right. Basically, everyone knows how to coil a gizmo coil. So I think we'll leave that, and we'll just show you quickly a tip. Now this is one that Laura Binding showed, a lovely tip of how to make a jump ring, and I'll just show you a couple of those using flush cutter pliers.
So you've made your gizmo coil.
Yes, made your gizmo on the large mandrel, and flush cutter pliers on one side. Turn the pliers over. This is if you haven't got a saw and you've got to make just a few. Come in on here, flush cutter pliers to the other side, and you've got a flush cutter on both, flush cut jump ring on both sides. Again.
So you turn your flush cut.
Turn it over, cut the other way, and you've got 2 flush cut jump rings. And these, if you quickly want to make some jump rings and you've not got a saw and you quickly want to make some to make pieces and put them together.
You've used the flush cutting pliers quite a lot, so if you want those, please go and check out on the website, because I've realised that they're a tool that Rachel seems to be reaching for all the time. They're your heroes.
Tool of choice, to be honest.
Okay.
And if you, just like I think Debbie Kershaw was saying this morning, 2 of these little pliers are absolutely brilliant for opening and closing jump rings.
Easy. You're better off getting 2 of the snipe nose pliers, or chain nose pliers as they're known as well.
Yes, I find totally agree.
Another one? Yeah, there.
The round nose pliers tend to mark or distort the jump ring.
Yeah, much easier like this, isn't it?
If you could possibly, very kindly, bring over that necklace, I can work with it. And
there
you can see the pattern that we're going to do. So if we're running out of time, I don't want you to miss that pattern. Now, if you study that photograph, or the photograph that we will have on the Facebook page, you'll be able to see exactly where we put the jump rings. So, again, I'm not sure what we need to do really, rather than assemble it completely, is go onto a connector and then see how much time we've got. So what I've done is opened a jump ring and then you thread it on.
Sorry, my thing keeps...
between 2 petals.
Okay, so you're using that jump ring and you're just
2
connecting.
pliers just to close it and wiggle it so they fit.
And these are chain
snugly.
nose pliers, which are available
Yes.
on our website or within our
So
our
an
kit.
extra set is so useful. And if you've got Debbie's jump ring open, little ring
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
you
they're
can use
great,
it.
aren't they?
And you should always use 2, basically, because the whole point about chainmail is, as Debbie would say, using 2 jump rings takes the strain, and no single unsoldered jump ring ever takes the whole weight of a chainmail piece. You should try and use, unless you're using 1.5mm wire, which is really strong, I try and get 2 links or 2 jump rings for every...
Everyone.
Everyone, look at me. Look at this, it's ridiculous. Spend a bit more time and
There you go.
get that. That's
Don't
it.
worry. It's hard actually to get them to get there. Yeah, now
I know.
they're sitting properly. They keep trying to resist you.
You won't have me on again if I make a hash of this. I've
We
got to make
will.
This, get this right. There we go, look. And we've got 2 together. And really, you're just forming your pattern. You can do whatever you like. You can have your patterns
I like how you did
any
it.
way you like it. What I've done is just brought it in a little bit closer.
Yeah, you married them all up together, didn't you,
so
actually?
they
Made
really
one
are,
big piece.
close together with some of the, again, you just adjust the petals. So you put jump rings here, here, here and here, just to form that structure. Again, you can quite happily go here and here and just form a pattern like that. That will look just as beautiful.
I put my head right in there,
See.
so people so sorry.
I'm
If you
thinking-
were here, you'd be like this too.
I'm
So
thinking-
it's
yes.
basically your own preference,
Yes.
isn't it?
Now, thinking for time, I think we'll go straight on to make the connector and the
Okay,
clasp,
yes, please.
if you don't mind.
Yeah, we
because
got,
we've that.
just under 15 minutes.
Perfect. Now,
I love how you've done the little pearls, dotting the little pearls. Don't forget that the gemstones Rachel's using today are available. They were the ones that I launched for you earlier on. Oh, I love the bracelet. Oh, those are gorgeous.
I think these fuchsia colours are so glorious, actually, and they go so well with the gold.
So you've used the same technique, but just using different gemstones makes it so much warmer, doesn't
yes.
it?
I mean, imagine this as a bridal piece in silver with with pearls. It's just so beautiful. A summer piece in copper.
Yeah.
I've done that as well. Now, really, for this, I've just got to measure the length of the
wire
that I use, just so you can get it's a standard length. So cut all your lengths of wire. I've got a bead board with a measuring thing. Bear with me. I'm just going to one side just to measure.
Pink bead board. Okay, let's have a look at some of
one.
Rachel's pieces while she's getting herself together. And don't forget that the wire bundle that Rachel is using today is available for you. The 3 lots of wire were $32.95, and your code is BUGC05, the Designer Inspiration with Rachel Nars. Also, please remember Rachel Nars' DVD, we have hardly any remaining now. You need to be very, very quick. It's £14.95. The gemstones that Rachel's using are on the bottom of your screen and are $17.95 today. Right, are we ready to rack?
Yes, cut all your wires and you need to make 6 connectors like this to 20cm lengths, and they'll make exactly the same size connectors then, which is what you want to do.
So making sure everything is uniform before you start will ensure that everything's the same size and will link together properly and will look
nice
professional.
as well. Yes. And for the jump rings, in case we haven't got time, I use the 1.5mm wire basically on one of the larger jump ring makers. I don't know whether you could just I think it's probably the 8 or 7 or the 8.
So 7 or 8 mil.
I think it's probably the largest.
Larger
yes,
by the looks,
the
yeah.
very largest. No, it's the 7. Sorry, the 7 mil to make a 9mm jump ring, basically, because it's all a bit bigger, in fact. So those will make those links.
Is the 7 mil the inner dimension then?
Yes.
Right,
Yes.
okay. So we use the 7 mil rod. There's only, I don't think we've got any of those left now. We only started with 5 of those, so I doubt there's any left.
But they are brilliant.
They're a great tool, aren't they? I never even knew they existed, you know. That's how quickly they must have sold out.
Debbie had them on the show, and they went out really, really quickly.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Now,
I don't know.
Yeah. So you've basically got to keep watching and grab them when
I
you
know,
can. Actually, some of
otherwise
these
you just
beautiful
don't
tools.
blink and you miss it.
Now, with
Flush
this
cutter pliers again.
20 centimetres of wire. I'm just cutting the end.
20 centimetres, we were saying.
Of the length of wire.
How many of those do we need?
6, basically.
6 lots of 20 centimetres.
And what you're going to do is make, can you see how I've done them? So they're going to be eventually mirror images of each other. So basically, you've just got to make them so. Can you see the pattern of the beads coming in and out and in and out? It just looks nice actually. But so make a little curve at each end. You're going to make an S-shaped, and you've got a bead on the middle. So you do that, put the bead on before you make these curves, otherwise it's a disaster. So put the bead on in the middle and make 2 little curves. So you're going to make an S-shaped loop. Now these curls sometimes they look a bit oval when you first make that curl. And a really good trick is just to cut the very end off each end, and
just
then
a little snip,
tiny little bit, a millimetre off, and you've got a more beautiful curl, basically.
just a bit neater.
Yes, and actually your curl will then be circular rather than oval.
And just got to let you know that the beads that Rachel's using, again, they are all in the bundle that's on your screen, $17.95. You can see that they're 2. You've got the wonderful deeper colours in the fuchsia, and then you've got those beautiful subtle peachy tones in there as well. Both tones are in the bundle that we're giving you today. Sorry, Rachel.
That's okay, that's fine. And that gave me a chance to get myself organised as well. Now I think with the flush cutter, with the flat nose pliers, I'm too short, you see, for this.
Listen, I know, I'm 5'2.5". If I don't wear heels, I'm done for.
I'll wear heels next time. And basically curl this down using these movements and pushing. This is lovely sort of standard technique, basically to get this S-shaped connector. And what I've actually done, do you know what? I made a mistake. What I should have done was made a larger hole in the middle than I did.
Well, I quite like what you've done. It's not. I never think it's a mistake, though, is it, Rachel?
Well, it will be.
Actually, you've made large holes in the original.
You can't get the jump rings through. So
but the original's got large holes, look.
Yes, just make sure that when you make this connector, don't do this.
Oh, so
make sure you make a large hole
So do
first.
Make the larger rather than
because you need to
fine.
make a hole big enough for both jump rings to go through. That was me not thinking. So
could I get my flush cutter pliers in there and snip not?
You would actually lose some of the length of the coils.
Okay.
So I would just throw that away or use it for something else.
If Rachel Nars makes a mistake, it makes me feel far more human.
That's what happens.
Hooray!
So yes, make sure you actually make your first curl really big. I at the base of your round nose pliers.
Yeah, so put it right to the base rather than the top. It's because the natural thing is to go to the top for coil.
Yes,
that's why.
Because you do normally, but you actually with this one you've got to use.
You have to go against your basic instincts of doing that and doing it right from the tip.
Sorry about that.
No, gosh, don't be silly.
Yes, just make sure.
Now you're using what gauge now?
Back to the 0.4. We're going to use this to bind to make a beautiful little sort of delicate connector. You can use that as it is. It's absolutely fine. I've left a little bit of space for this for play. To actually wrap
I love
around.
how you caged it. I love that.
And just as you can use this, is absolutely fine. But if you want to add more detail, this is what you can do.
Okay.
So basically, what I'm going to do is just wrap. I've got about a sort of 50 to 80 centimetre length of wire. Work with longer lengths, and it's just much easier. Basically, just going to wrap that round and get rid of that. Just out of the way. Cut it in with flush cutter pliers, and then tuck it in with the flat nose. And what I'm going to do, this wrapping here will stop this falling apart. It'll help bind this whole thing together. So I'm going to wrap this round 3 times.
Is that important, the 3 times?
About 3 times, because it just basically adds a pattern and it adds strength. One wrap will probably not be enough. So then I'm just going to thread on a little fuchsia shell pearl on top of that.
4 mil those shell pearl.
Yeah, beautiful. You can use them as detail all over the place. Actually, I did a project for a bead magazine with these sort of colour pearls in it. Absolutely gorgeous. My little owl in Beads and Beyond has got this colour pearl in, actually. So it's lovely.
I'm a big fan of fuchsia. I think it's seasonless.
It's a real Bollywood.
Yeah, colour. It is actually, isn't it?
So one wrap round. I've added a pearl, and what I'm going to do is now just do a little bit of a wrap around the pearl itself. So one, pulling with your nails. I know some people don't like losing their nails, but I do use them, I'm afraid.
It's a bane of a wire worker, isn't it?
And then I'm pushing in and then pulling that tight around the bottom of the pearl so it holds in.
Okay, and it prevents it from sort of skipping about.
Yes. Push that up against the fuchsia bead and then wrap round once or twice like that. And that starts to hold the structure together. Pull this up through here, and then we're going to do that. Repeat the whole process with this connector on the other side. Again, wrap once round. There. I've knotted the wire, so I might have a knot cut out in a minute, because the pearl might not go through it. There's a little knot here, so push with your fingers together, and then pull out. And you can use a little bit of cloth or something as well if you have some, and just pull it over the wire, and it'll help get that kink, get rid of that kink.
Like a conditioning cloth in when you've got a lazy daisy.
Yes, yes, it's brilliant stuff actually. You can use a jumper as well if you've got a jumper, anything just to help get that kink out. Again, this all looks a bit scrappy at the moment, but it will look better in a minute because I'll start binding it in. Pulling that pearl down, and I'll wrap once around the other side of the pearl, and then bring the wire up again. Literally fighting with keeping the time now, we're nearly there. Round and round and round 3 times, forming that little bezel setting almost. And then what I'm doing now, push the pearls tight against the bead, a few times round, as many times as possible. And you're making some pattern and detail around, almost mirroring the stripes in this beautiful agate. And then once you're finished, you just cut and tuck in. There we go. Now if I can quickly run through, we've got time, we've got literally 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry to make it. The clasp I think we'll have to leave because you know how to use, I think clasp has been done before. So I'm just going to quickly run through making this.
Now, you've done this technique in this necklace here, which is gorgeous. I love that colour wire.
It's pink, it's beautiful, it matches these beads. So
and
again,
it's quite Bollywood as well, like you were saying earlier, isn't it? I really like that.
So
I think it's gorgeous.
You can get this bundle and the wire from the other bundle. It's just, this goes so well together with the gemstones actually.
We're going to give you the wire for this momentarily, but Rachel's just going to talk you through the technique now, are you? Is that what you were going to do? Yeah. Okay, so you've done 2 flowers, and the flowers again are the same, so we don't have to do the main structure of this again. We've already done that. Rachel's just going to show you how to wire wrap around that centre bit.
Yes.
Which is 5, yes. We got 5 minutes to do that, Rach.
Exactly. So what I've done is I've formed the first flower, like we did the first time, and formed a spiral, and I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 centimetres of wire at the other end to make the other spiral. And then all I do is spiral it down. Again, I normally cut the end. Just remember I cut the end like last time, using these. I'm not spiraling a tight spiral. I'm spiraling a spiral with spaces in between.
Like a loose curl.
Yes. Again, you can basically almost do this with your fingers actually. The wire is so beautiful and malleable. So I've got them sitting on top of it, and they look like those lovely wire roses that Gemma makes, and you know that I think other designers have made these beautiful wire roses. It almost has that effect. So then you can start. And again, if you don't have time to finish it, just you see I'm just binding round. I use 4 wraps at this little petal junction and 6 wraps in between each petal to form the flower. So I'll start that. But if we run out of time, you can see what we're going to do. Basically, you start to only wrap round the outer circles of wire, and there'll be a little bit where they cross, so just pull the wire in underneath one of these bits where they cross. If we're nearly there with time, that's fine, isn't it, Jenny?
Yeah, we've got about 3 minutes.
We've basically got the essentials.
Are you counting how many loops you're doing
Yes,
each time?
4 between here and 6. 4 at the
So 4 in between petals, 6 on the petals,
in the petal,
yeah?
yes, itself.
4 and 6, 4 and 6, 4
and
and
that
6
just
all the way
about
around.
will form the shape that you want. So moving that wire on. And you can use this if you make any sort of connector with a curl in this like this. You can actually use this just to create strength by binding with this 0.4 wire. It adds such a lot of detail to the connector that you're making.
So 4 and 6 and 4 and 6.
About
it's
that.
all on Facebook as well, so please don't panic if you're not getting anything now. Ben has put all of the pictures. Have you put them on, Ben, or are they going on after the show?
Yeah.
After the show, they'll all be on Facebook
We've taken
for you.
all the photographs in stages. I'll spend a bit of time just going through sort of basic instructions for each stage. You know, so that people can work from those if they need to, and from the actual YouTube upload as well. So there, I've got 6 there. One more actually. Need better eyes. My eyes are getting worse. And then pull that in with pinch that in with your fingers. Again, I don't think I've shaped these petals. Remember, you can see what I've done. Remember, I've shaped at the end, so I didn't quite have time to do that. I'll do that in a minute once we're all finished. We're just about running out of time. So again, another bind of 4 all the way around, and we'll finish the flower. Sorry, that is so scrappy. Spend a bit of time. If you feel that the wires are separating, you can use your fingernails, or actually you can use your pliers quite happily if you've got nice fine pliers, just to pinch these wires together as you go to keep them together.
Fantastic. So just going around and around. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Now, we've got something super exciting for you after the break. Don't forget, if you have got messages for Rachel, you need to put them to us now. To do so, you can either text us 60777 JM Studio, followed by your message for Rachel, and we'll relay that to her. We've got another hour of Rachel coming up at 3 till 4, so you've got an hour to get all of that, and I will be speaking to Rachel throughout the next hour. I've given you lots and lots of beads. For now, I need you to check out Baskets for Rachel's DVD, which any moment now I'm going to tell you is a sellout. We are going to go to a quick break, even, not a brick crake. We're going into a quick break, and we will be back together with a wonderfully talented Rachel Norris. Don't go anywhere.
Join us on Jewellery Maker as we count down the days until Christmas. Stay tuned to see perfect Christmas gifts for all your friends and family at prices you won't believe. And what's more, anything you buy can be refunded or exchanged until the 31st of January. So for hassle-free shopping and great value, it has to be Jewellery Maker.
We all know that you need the right tools for the job. So here at Jewellery Maker, we have developed our very own tool set just for you. In this larger set, we have provided more tools to help you develop your jewellery making skills even further. The kit includes wire cutters, a bead reamer with replacement tips, an awl, tweezers with a scoop, a sliding gauge, a snip, and all the essential pliers you will need. All of this is yours for just $15.95. Neatly presented in a carrying case with an embossed Jewellery Maker logo. Stay tuned for more advice, tutorials and demonstrations of jewellery making. We provide the tools, you provide the skill.
Are you new to Jewellery Maker? Would you like to try a new hobby? Then why not give us a call on 0800 644 655 and we'll send you a free copy of our DVD and booklet to help you get started. You don't even need to make an order. Get involved with Jewellery Maker. once your gemstones leave the laboratory, it's then down to the quality control process. This is a really stringent process which is completed by Raleigh and by Ithaca. Random strands are taken from each one of the lots and you get the average size, carat weight and length of each strand. And this is done so that you know the information that you see on your screens is correct.
Another wonderful bag for your star buy. We've given you the tote bag. Now I am giving you another portfolio bag, this time fantastic for all of those wonderful wirework projects. If you want to create like Rachel does, you want to carry it around with you, then this is perfect. It will also fit in your tablet if you've got a tablet, or one of the little, what's it called, like a mini laptop, one of those. My daughter's got one, can't remember what they're called, little book, little notebook or whatever they're called. Now this has several pockets. I'm going to open them for you. Where's the zip? There it is. You've got lots of pockets inside. Now we've only given you this once before. So you've got one large pocket here and you've got a huge pocket in the middle. I haven't even seen this yet. I'm so excited. Oh, no! I love this. I didn't know. Look inside. Girls. They've all just fallen over because they love it so much. Don't point fingers, don't point fingers.
I actually need all these things. I need these things at this historic.
I want that.
I want this. Look at the pockets.
I want it, I really do.
Now, is that why Laura Binding's come in just because she wants to come and see it? This is amazing. I love it. You could, oh my gosh, I love it.
There we go.
These come out. Oh my gosh, they come out too. Oh, they come out.
Can you put different ones in then? Obviously you can.
And you've got all these.
Carry what you need.
Oh, I need it. I don't know why I need it. I need it. I can put all my little findings in, but I can put all my pieces of jewellery, little pockets and large pockets.
Airtight pockets, so it can stop tarnishing and things like that. If you've got silver findings, you can put in there, and it's obviously useful.
So to protect everything, this all comes out. Oh my gosh, who got to launch this? I'm jealous of them. Now you've got all of this. Now last time we brought them to you, most of them sold out. The last 200 are your star buy right now. This is fabulous. This is a proper portfolio book. Do you know, I want this, I just want one. I think it's so handy. 50 of these already gone on the website. You've got pockets at the back, pockets at the front, and you've got your project envelopes as well. Now I'm going to show you that you have got the larger zip details and you have got the smaller pockets here as well. All of this, look at that, look. So you could put your earrings in here, your little projects in here, your business cards, everything. How professional would you look? This is fantastic. Do you know what? If you go out and you do lots of jewellery parties, if you do bridal pieces and you want to take everything with you, you're just going to look much more professional. Now you can carry it almost like a briefcase, or you have the handles on there which will extend as well. Both sides have their own pockets as well. I need to take one of these home, and you know what? The price tag is incredibly low. GOZ X30. It's only £14.95. Great for the kids for their homework art project. Wonderful if you've got anyone doing A-level art or GCSE art, because you've got all these little pockets in here. You can take your tools with you. You can take your finished jewellery with you. A quarter of the stock has gone already. You've got to act fast on this one. I absolutely adore this. So you've got in the middle your project portfolio centre. Now don't forget, I've probably put it, every time you open a zip, something new. I love it, I love it, I love it. Loads of these have gone, and remember, these all come out individually. Down to the last 50, these are going to sell out. I had 200 for you, we've only got 50 left. So these all detached. Don't forget, you have got an extended money back guarantee. So I would absolutely buy 2 of these. And if you don't love it, you send it back without quibble or question. You are going to, of course, be able to get this with your debit card or your credit card on the phone lines or online. But you do need to check out baskets now. We're down to the last 25 of these. Oh, they're multi-buy. Well done to everybody who's got theirs. And a great big hello to you. I have got Mary, hello Patricia, hello, oh, someone in Gloucestershire. Sheila, you're there as well. Loads of brand new, when it says anonymous, sometimes it means it's because it's a brand new buyer here. So welcome. Nicolette, Jean, you're there. Christian, you're there. Janice, you're there, or Janice in Cardiff. Hello to you. I've never heard the name Janice. Sylvia, Lynette, you're there. Diane, you're there. There are literally stacks of you. I'm sorry if I'm not saying everybody's names, but there's nearly 200 of you. It is wonderful to have you there. Wendy Woo, you're there too. Wendy Woo, I added the woo bit. Sandra, hello. Yvonne, hello. Tracy, you're there as well. I love that there's 2 people from Gloucestershire. Well done. Marion, you're there as well. Good morning, good afternoon to you. £14.95. Hazel in Wiltshire, Christine in Kent, Catherine in Cheshire, Rashida, you're there as well. Rashida, sorry, in Middlesex. Margaret, Nicoletta, Pauline, Deborah, you're there as well. Florence, I love that name. Karina, you're there. Pauline, you're there. Thea, you're there as well. Good grief, there's lots of you. Anne, you're there. £14.95. You need to be quick. Listen, we've got single figures of these, they're going to sell out. 0800 644 675. If you want to hop on board, you've got to be very quick. If you've got this in a basket online, you're going to miss out if you don't check it out. Do one of the people that are on the phone lines right now. You need it. You've got the extended money back guarantee, but I can't now guarantee you're going to get it if you're not on the phone lines. Does look like this star buy is a goner. Well done to you. If you're on the phone, stay where you are. Now, good grief. I'm just going to put that down here. No, you're not allowed under there, Mikey, because it's rude. No. Mikey can't go under there. Think of the complaints I'd make about him. No. No, tripping over him and everything. Now, should we go to box number 9? Fancy a bit of opal. Oh, look at this strand. Actually, I'm going to hold it out. Look at the opalescence. Now, Ed gave you some opal the other day, and they sold out in a heartbeat. Have a look at the opalescence. Whoops, the daisy tin pots. Opal, what a joy to work with opal if you're a jewellery maker. Did you ever think when you started jewellery making you'd be using a gemstone like opal? Opal, of course, is October's birthstone. I keep dropping it like a nana. It is very slippy character, this one. Opal is, of course, October's birth gemstone. It is said to be lucky to the wearer. Are you into your bit of myth and ledge?
Oh yeah,
Rachel?
I do. I love the sort of healing properties, and some stones are like quartz, and they've all got lovely energies to them, even just with a colour. And yeah, I think that's.
I love a bit of sentiment.
Why not?
Someone says something's lucky, I buy it in abundance. I'm like, give me that. Magpies, I'm into all of that. Now, opal like this is great because they're flat squares. They're great to open up and put next to each other. They're great to treat as buttons, if you like. You can put a head pin through there, flat, not chocolate buttons, Ben, no. Lovely jewellery gemstone buttons. Now you can put them with a nice ball head pin. Put the head pin through and then loop the end, and you make lots of those. You've got a lovely cluster. You can do so much with this shape. Gemma Crow flattened them all out. They're lovely. Now this is Ethiopian opal, and Ethiopian opal actually is quite a new discovery. The original price tag on your screen right now. Is everything going on? This is not going under £10. You are crazy, Scott. Now it's going under £10. This is madness. So have I got to be really quick because is everything going to fly out? $9.95 for a gemstone. Do you know they only discovered in 1995 that Africa even had opal? And don't you think, I always think, I like the idea of buying into Ethiopian opal because I like that they're mining for it in Ethiopia. And do you know, there's a new law that means that they can only facet it in Ethiopia, so it provides more jobs for the Ethiopians. I like that. I think I find that quite ethical for buying it, and I sort of swing that way because I actually think Ethiopian opal and Australian opal are equally as beautiful, depending on the piece, obviously. But if you get good quality,
Yes.
opal, all yours for the crazy price tag of $9.95. Remember, this was $17.95. 0800 644 655. I'm going to be challenging Rachel, so at any point she's going to shout at me. Oh, she's picked them. Oh, you picked them. I'll talk to you about what she's picked because I didn't know. What was I doing? I was sorting my earpiece out. Now, can I go to box number 10? Because I love it. I love this big rose quartz. Now, this is chunky. It's statement. We've got Laura binding next door with her birthday mum. She has got other mums, but today she's got her birthday mum. Now, this one is a huge strand, a huge slabs of rose quartz. Now, this is why I mentioned Rachel Nars, Laura binding, is because she loves to wire wrap pendants, and Laura's wire wrapping of pendants is super intricate. I really love what she does. She's massive into Lazy Daisy and things like that, and she really gets involved with these big, long, chunky pendants. Now I'm going to give you something a little bit Lady Norris. The centre of Lady Norris's flowers are often made out of little teardrop gemstones, and the great thing about clear quartz is it goes with everything. It doesn't matter what colour wire you've got in your stash. It might be that you're trying to make the most beautiful piece of jewellery out of what you've already got in your stash. If that's the case, then grab these teardrops. Don't tell me both of these are going under £10, are they? Oh my gosh, I am telling you that. Now I'm going to count the slabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 slabs on my strand. You should have there or thereabouts. Get yourself on the phone. No. £7.45. You've got the other strand. I thought they were together, sorry. Sorry, I thought they were together. So this strand is just £7.45. They were in the same box, you see. PUG, oh, pug, I love pugs. P30, 780 carats of rose quartz faceted rectangles. Now they are slightly twisted, which I love because it means you can follow them around with beads. They're 31 by 22 mil. In the measurement stakes, and they're absolutely beautiful in the colour stakes. Now, can we do those clear quartz? Them clear quartz, says Scott. I love your little Brummie accent. Have a look. Now, this is what I was talking to you about, Rachel's centre of flowers. And in fact, you've got an example of that, Rachel, haven't you? And this is the one that features on your DVD, isn't it?
Show you how to wire them into the centre, and they're just fabulous.
Thank you, darling. So if you've got Rachel's DVD, this strand is going under £10. You see how in the centre of this piece of wonderful jewellery, she's used teardrops as the statement of, I mean, that is just, look at that. Don't you just want to go, oh, like when you see the most beautiful firework you've ever seen? Look at that, Rachel, you're so amazing.
Now just use one of those as a brooch, you see. You don't have to make the whole piece. Just one of those as a brooch is just marvellous. So
you're just incredible. This is basically a piece of art here that you've created, actually, isn't it?
Thank you.
But if you want to create a smaller version in a brooch, perhaps like Rachel suggested, if you're starting out, if you did get Rachel's DVD, because you know you're not paying any more than that 1p&p, grab these gorgeous clear quartz. I am sorry about that burn. I stuck my hand in the oven by mistake. £7.95 for your clear quartz, top drilled as well. That makes a difference, by the way. 7x4, and the faceting is beautiful. These really are little droplets of rain. They are like when the icicles start to melt and give you little droplets, little clear droplets. Really pretty, really gorgeous, and really need to be in your stash, especially if you bought Rachel's DVD. Don't forget to check out your baskets if you're shopping with us online. Now, very, very popular with this one. How many of the DVD have we got left? Hardly any. Single figures. You need to be quick if you need to be really quick if you want the DVD. Now, number. Let's do some green. Should we have some green? Red and green. should always be seen. I love it, especially at Christmas time. Green has got to be the best colour. If you struggle actually with putting colours together. Now, Rachel's been using quite a lot of fuchsia today, and I believe that green and fuchsia go beautifully together. It's the perfect natural combination actually, because in nature, a fuchsia bush has purples, fuchsia and green, and I love putting those together. I think they look glorious. But also, if you are taking inspiration from nature, which is probably the easiest place to take inspiration, all you've got to do is look outside your window, isn't it? Maybe there's some hills. Well, we're quite lucky, Rachel. We got hills and fields.
Oh yes, and the sea as well. So
well, you've got the sea added bonus.
All those colours in the sands. You know, layering those colours, they just go so well with the eye. So I do that with polymer clay. So you can actually layer colours like a scenery in your polymer clay, and then you choose your gemstones and beads to go with it. You see which those would work.
What a lovely idea. And you've got the darkness, I think, of distant hills. You know, when you see the hills right in the distance, and maybe it's a bit of a cloudy grey day, and they appear quite deep and dense and mossy green. That's what this reminds me of, hills in the distance green.
Christmassy colours.
Yeah, very Christmassy. We'll put it with red and gold and you're away, aren't you? There you go for your Christmas table. YAK. Z87, they're only £7.95 for you, which is a cracking price indeed. 0800 644 655 is the number to be calling if you want to grab these. Everything I'm about to give to you is going under £10, so time to hop on the lines. Now I'm going to move on. We're moving fast here. Oh. This is beautiful. What a lovely colour. Reminds me of creme brulee, hessonite garnet, cinnamon stone. Have a look at this. It reminds me of the, what's that sugar? That's not brown sugar, it's all different colours, but it's brown as well. Like no, it's not demerara. My grand, it used to be like little crystals of sugar.
Have it on a stick and.
Yeah, why don't we have that anymore?
Well, you do sometimes in posh coffee shops and things like that, don't you?
Really nice. Yeah, my great aunt used to have it in a bowl, and I used to really sneakily go up to the bowl with a spoon and go, she'd be like, "Are you eating sugar again off a spoon?" I'd be like, "No, of course I was. Of course I was eating sugar off a spoon, Auntie Ethel." Now, have a look at that colour. Isn't it glorious? There are sugary sort of creme brulee caramel pudding colours, aren't they? I love a caramel pudding. 70 carats. You're not keen on a caramel pudding, Ben? Not. Oh, you love it. Good, good. Now, these are graduated 8x3 to 12x5. Now, those crafty, pesky little late showers have taken this down. But you know what? We're going to honour it. £6.95. Scott's just realised, because Scott's our boss. He said, that pesky Liam's taken this down to £6.95. I'm going to have to honour it. He's coming up for you, Liam and Ed, the dynamic duo here. Liam and Ed, dynamic duo. I think they should both wear capes in the nighttime show, like the Cape Crusaders. Capes, not cakes.
Underpants outside the trousers, is it?
Underpants outside trousers. Clean ones though, please. Yes, clean. Please. That's what. Yes, here. Are you going to be donning a cape this evening with Ed?
Not that I know of.
I'm going to make you an organza cape. I think it should be done. £6.95 at 5 o'clock. Ed's live with you. An organza cape. DVG K01 is your item code. Now. What number should we go to? I'm glad we're going to this one because Rachel's going to love this. Have you seen this colour?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Bollywood. This is what Rachel's into, the Bollywood. They are gorgeous. This pink is so bright. Isn't that wonderful? I love they're grouped.
You've got some lovely cube copper beads, I think, on your website as well, which would go really well with them. Somewhere there's some little cubes of
yeah,
copper.
with little flowers on them.
Yes,
some of them have got, haven't they?
Work really well in between.
Yes. I always like fuchsia and green together. I think that looks ace. Maybe put a bit of purple in there. Make that fuchsia bush. So you have got groups of 5 gemstones separated with a tube. This is a Gems of Distinction strand. Now this pink chalcedony is a total rarity to me. I've not seen it. I think it looks great with the antique bronze wire. Now it looks really classy actually, doesn't it? But I think you could do the same sort of look. You see how it changes? It really does. And then you can put it with gold for that more Bollywood feel. These are only $6.95. Such a good price tag. DGK10 is your item code. 55 carats in total, 3x1 to 5x2 on the graduations on this 26 centimetre strand. For under £10, you're getting ever such a lot for your money here today. So come shopping with us here at Jewellery Maker, where you have got your extended money back guarantee from now until the 31st of January next year, 2014. Who even thought they'd be alive in 2014? I thought we'd have Jetsons and hoverboards. What happened to those?
The year 2000 was like major.
I know. How did we get to the year 2000? But I do feel like I'm going to write to Back to the Future, because I did believe in 2014. Michael J. Fox made me believe that I was going to be scooting around on a hoverboard.
Yep.
What happened? What happened? No. Number 16. I'm going to do. Is there such a thing as hoverboards? Are there? They're doing it in China now. Oh, I won't sue them then. Have a look. No, I mean hoverboards. I was when I was younger. I was like, that is it. The future is all in hoverboards. I was disappointed. I'm glad that they are doing that now in China. Have you heard that it is happening, the hoverboard?
Not sure. I wouldn't be the last to hear about any new innovations, so I can just about use my mobile phone, and
Yeah, that's
I can't even
idea.
get my answer phone on answer messages or anything. I just about text. I take about 3 years to text back. So
But you
I'm a bit useless.
but yet she can make a turtle out of wire.
Yeah. There we go.
Go
Each
figure.
their own.
Are you one of the mums that my mum does this? She picks up the phone like, well, what are you doing? Hello? Why are you ringing? Why is my phone ringing? You're like, yes, hello, mum, this is a phone. You have to sound angry every time someone or
I can never find it in
confused.
my handbag. It's at the bottom somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Now let's have a look at this beautiful lavender amethyst strand. I love this tranquil colour, and I think there is such beauty in the lavender tone that you're getting. Your original price tag is $11.95. This is February's birthstone. It's the gemstone of tranquility. Some would ask that I drape myself in it. 100 carats, and they are 10 by 8, and they are all in the uniform size. So if you want to create earrings, if you want to create tassels, that's a big price drop. Scotty, £6.95. FBG P76 is your item code. I'm just thinking that how, again, these would look very nice with the copper wire. I'm liking the idea if you've got not Rachel Norris, Laura Bindings. I'm obsessed with Rachel Norris. If you've got Laura Bindings Cuff and Bangles DVD, this would be a really nice one with a sturdy cuff bracelet, wouldn't it? Sort of showing out. Also be nice in macrame with a bit of, if you're using 0.4 wire, I think. I reckon it would look gorgeous. £6.95 is your price tag, which is just wonderful. It was $11.45. Now, let's give to you. Let's go to some sodalite. Now, I like these arrows. If you are working with wire today, and I think quite a lot of Rachel may have chosen these for her challenge.
Oh no, I didn't. I went for some agate and.
Oh, she did the agate. It was a toss-up between the two.
Yeah, but I thought those arrowheads are beautiful, and they're really good. Mark's DVD's out. Is it all right out already?
It's out already.
So, you know.
Do we need these for the
I don't
DVD?
know, but they'd be so good for that sort of design. You know, for a single pendant
Guy,
on
yeah.
on leather cord for a guy as well would be lovely.
Makes for Men was the choice. I keep calling it one for the chaps. It's called Makes for Men. Now, these are also great, Rachel, for filling in any gaps of wire. Little points are great for that, aren't they? If you've got a gap and you're thinking, I want to put something in there, little
Also,
points are great.
One facing one way, another facing another way with a round bead in the middle. Would look beautiful. You know, they act as little frames round
like an
beads.
Egyptian eye.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that idea. Sodalite is great because it's sort of denim blue as well. Everyone can relate to. Well, I mean, most of us have got a pair of blue denim jeans,
Yes,
haven't
it's
we?
lovely, fresh gemstone. Actually, it's really beautiful. White shirt or denim. You know, it goes so well. And then jeans, perfect.
Kind of seasidey as well, isn't it? This colour, you see it a lot. HAG P06 is your item code. These arrows, they look great stacked up, kind of like in a fishtail look as well, if you stack them up.
Yes.
They're great like that for making scales out of.
Yes.
And this strand is coming to you. You know it's going under £10 and it's only £7.45. I can't get over all of these under £10 strands. Isn't this wonderful? Make sure you're quick, make sure you're checking out baskets, and don't forget Rachel Norris's DVD is hyper limited right now. Very, very limited. So if you do want it, you're going to have to act very, very, very fast indeed. Now I'm going to move on. These are, we're going fast here. I'll get you next time, said Ben. Was about to show you the arrows and we had to move on. Now, I love rose quartz in the springtime. Are you working on spring now, Rachel?
Do you know what? I'm not, because I'm not making for craft fairs, but I know people who are. They would be.
Yeah.
What I'm doing is I'm planning now shows to launch edition 2 and edition 3. So that's how I actually, for magazines. If I'm working for a magazine, yes, I've already done my Valentine's one.
You've done Valentine's?
Valentine's one's coming out, and there's one in, there's another one, Butterfly, coming out in April. So basically, yes, you theme it, but I've already done that. We're working months ahead, actually, for magazines, and again, people in craft fairs will be doing the same.
So you need to get those springtime gemstones in now.
Yes.
Spring, summer is now.
Yes.
Because Christmas was months ago.
Yes.
Because a lot of people get sort of, I was talking to someone the other day and they were doing their Easter cards. Somebody said, that's bananas. And I said, it's not,
no,
because you're selling
you've done your
it.
orders for Christmas now, you're working towards the next season.
Yeah, you've got to be ahead. If you're not, otherwise you're not ready and you've missed it. You've missed the boat. TZGP02 is your item code. You've got 170 carats of rose quartz. 8mm rounds, perfect for beady beads, perfect for earrings, wonderful for rosary linking, for the cuff style bangles, great for tiaras as well. There's so much you can do with an 8mm round, but don't we just love this feminine, beautiful spring blossom colour? Oh my gosh, they're only £5.95. Well, I'm learning every single minute that the afternoon show is getting a little bit cheeky. We don't have deals like this. Scott says it's me, I'm cheeky. You are cheeky. £5.95, producer stroke manager. Scott, are you the boss of me? While I'm here only. Yeah, now. Not when I'm out. He went, and when you're out. No. Now, let's go to some beautiful whites. Now, these are always important. These are always important when you are creating jewellery, no matter what the season, because in the winter, they're snowballs. Springtime, they're great with the yellows. Winter, you just need them. Crackle quartz is a great stash builder, isn't it, Rachel?
It catches the light so beautifully, so it transforms from a day piece to an evening piece quite happily, and will team up with almost any gemstone actually as well. It's beautiful.
So if you've only got sort of 3 or 4 of one gemstone and you want it to be the main focus, put something like this in with it?
Yes, it's great accent gemstone, and with the light reflection it's beautiful to wear in the daytime.
Now, get yourself on the phone lines for this. So great for daytime, great for evening. My earpiece keeps pinging out. Sorry, Rachel. Keeps going bling. It's very annoying. So we're going to give you this whole strand for just £6.95. Now, to get that crackling, you heat the gemstone up, heat it, plunge it into ice cold water. It does like a cartoon crackle that always reminds me of Roadrunner.
Have you seen it being done? Have you seen it? I've obviously never seen it done.
I've seen it on tape, but not in real life. Yeah, I really want to, though.
Get a VT of that, and
we should go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Should we go to India? Let's go tomorrow.
My mother was born in India, actually. So
really?
I'd like to go.
Let's go. I'd love to go there. £6.95 is your price tag. Now it's time to give you our second star buy. I'm going to give you a star buy on wire today. So you need to be quick if you want to get all of your wire in stash ready to be inspired by Rachel's DVD. So many of you have already bought that. Hundreds of you, well, nearly 200 of you have bought that already this morning. So you're going to want to be stocking up on wire. I don't have 200 of this deal though, so you are all going to have to act fast. Now I've got this all in 1 mil. and you've got 100 meters of each, 400 meters in total, and this is going to be a one-time only offer. You are not going to see this after the live show. It is a one-time only offer. We're not making any money with this offer. We're offering you the opportunity to come and get an absolute deal for a bananas price tag, and we want you to start creating it, you know, in a style of Rachel Norris, in a style of Laura Binding. We saw the wonderful Debbie Kershaw today, who's great with her wire pieces as well. We know that Gemma Crow is super inspiring. Karen Crawford is super inspiring. If you want to jump on that train, if you want to be great at wire, maybe it's your New Year's resolution to try out something new. Maybe you're buying today, you're shopping with us today for a dear jewellery maker friend, for a loved one. Get them this. We have so many DVDs, from wireworks to beginners to the more intermediate projects. You can come visit us here at Jewellery Maker and come on one of our wonderful workshops. It's a one-time only offer. We are not going to offer you this deal again, and we are certainly not making any money. We're making mere friends out of you jewellery makers today, which is better sometimes, isn't it? Now, each spool should be £27.95. What's £27.95 times 4, Scott? £111, says Scott. Well done. You are Scott Vorderman. But Scott's got, so £111 worth of wire. Now, Rachel, this is where you'd be on the phone if you were about to make a big saving, wouldn't it?
Yes, I use so much of it. And when you break it down and you're buying in bulk like this, you know, you're paying sort of, I don't know, 17p or 20p a metre, and it becomes, then you can actually, something like that, I can't even work it out, but then you can be extravagant and you can experiment and try new things and not worry, because the cost actually is, in relative terms, quite low, and the cost of making your piece up is quite low, because the markup, if you do sell on for a wirework piece, is much higher. So it's just worth it, really. Wire's lovely to work with.
Do we normally pay per metre on wire? Is it something that's done and seen?
I think about that when I'm making a piece, yes.
You think you break it up in a metre? Okay, so I'm going to tell everybody how much this would be per metre. Now, these are £27.95 on our website normally. They should be £111 and exactly and 70p. £111 and 70p. This is a one-time only offer. I'm going to give you the square price of £75, not £111. You need to act fast on this one. That is £18.75 a spool. Scott, could you work out how much it is a metre if I've got 400?
Nearly 19p.
19p a metre.
You know.
Scott went, phew! Because Lady Norris had worked it all out. So could we stand to make a profit, Rachel, if we sell our pieces on?
Yes, definitely. If you're making up a ring with a metre of wire, you know, and one gemstone, you know, you're doing pretty well, actually. You can make 100 rings, can't you? So,
yes.
So.
And you would sell them for way more than £1 each.
Yeah,
You're
going to £5 each or £4 each or something.
Huge
crazy.
profit margins. Yeah. I love this. This is a huge opportunity. £75 should be £111 and 70p. Gillian, you're there. Anna in Essex, you're there. Joanne, you're there. Loads of brand new colours. Hello, Gloucestershire. Hello, how are you diddling? How are the hills? Cheshire, you're there. Gillian. Hello and good morning to you. Nicola in Greater Manchester. We've got Tracy and Colin in Middlesex. They're both shopping. £75. This is a huge deal, a huge wirework deal that you're seeing. It is a star buy. It is a one-time only offer. You are not going to see this deal again. Should be £111 and 70p. If you've got an open basket, this is, by the way, this is not going to be a large postage. You'd imagine it, wouldn't you? But it's not. Yeah. £75 instead of £111 and 70p, which is what it should be. There is a brand new buyer, brand new jewellery maker in Greater London. Well done, several brand new jewellery makers. Another brand new jewellery maker in West Lothian. Even if you're crafty in any way, it doesn't have to be in a jewellery maker way. Could be that you're watching and you've accidentally come across this and you thought, oh, that's good. What is this wire? It's 1mm wire. It has copper with sterling silver plating, and then whatever colour is over the top. furthered by an E-coating. Now, if it's silver, it's just the E-coating that goes over the silver. The copper has copper, this is antique bronze. It has copper, antique bronze colouring, silver, antique bronze colouring, and then an E-coating. An E-coating makes your wire hypoallergenic, so that if you are making pieces of jewellery out of it, it won't cause problems to any customers that might be allergic, because the E-coating protects it. It also protects the colour from tarnishing. And I am told, out of any other wire that's out there on the market, in Jewellery Maker's opinions, our wire is the best for not tarnishing. Use your nylon coated pliers if you're worried, and we've got a 35-day money back guarantee. No, we haven't. We've got longer than that now.
Because of Christmas.
So the 31st of January next year, which is ages away. Who even knew January would be approached? You're going to work out how many days that is, are you, Scotty? It's 2014 next year, you know. In case you didn't know, I'm still working in 1998. That's still like, oh, crikey, what's going on? What is going on? I remember when it was the 90s, and I was like, yes, the 90s. It's just, you don't remember that. Victoria in Somerset, good afternoon to you. Jude in Norfolk, well done to you. Marie in Merseyside, you're there as well. How many have we got left? Hardly any. We've got less than 20 left. You need to be quick. You need to be really quick. Apparently, I'm just being told, is that right? Unallocated. There are baskets have not been checked out. So there are lots of baskets unchecked. If you don't check out, you will miss out. ZHG C41, check yourself before you wreck yourself, is what you're saying, isn't it? 0800 644 655 is a free phone number if you're joining on the tail end of a queue. We are now down to limited quantities. If you want Rachel's DVD, this is one that's perfect together with that. Should be £111. You can use your credit card or your husband's, as long as you got his permission. As long as you have. I take permission by you left it on the kitchen side. That's not good advice, is it? It's not good advice. You must get the card. That's a joke. It was just a joke. Card holders' permission, please, especially you kids. Yeah. I've got kids. I know what you like. Going into my Amazon account and clicking buy it now. How many times has that happened? Mummy, is my Lego come yet? What Lego? The one I ordered when I pressed click when I pressed the buy it now button on your Amazon. Oh, what is that about? Don't bother having kids, Scott. They fleece you. Now, let's give you the DVD. Rachel's DVD, last time to buy. Rachel Norris's Wirework Masterclass Edition 1. Edition 2, we anticipate will be with us in a couple of months.
I gave the authorisation to
Lady
print
Ox.
run yesterday. So it's going to the duplicators. Well, it's at the duplicators. Everything's been authorised yesterday. Signed the check, gone off, and nervous time now.
Okay.
And it's 12 days turnaround. So, but working days and Christmas will be a slight delay, and then we've got to work out when we bring it to JM.
It'll be with allocating the stock into our warehouse, probably another 2 months before we can get it in. So get this first. Could be before. But I've got to err on the side of caution, because if I tell you all it's coming January, February, and it doesn't. Now, Edition 1 is the one to start with. Now, Rachel, talk me through what I can learn, what I can achieve by buying your DVD today.
Well, first of all, I want to give you all the techniques involved in making my showstopper pieces, but I break it down into bite-sized chunks, so you can make up the elements and use them as elements on their own. So the dragonfly can be used as a brooch on its own, or a piece on its own in a necklace. There's a bee, there's a rose, the fuchsias, all sorts of different flowers. I go through making the wirework leaves with all the trace through the veins. There's the gizmo plaited twist sides and clasps, and then the assembly of the whole necklace. That's really important to know how to actually put it all together. And
so you learn the techniques, and then at the end you put everything together.
Yes, and that's actually important in part of the design, actually knowing how to actually put it all together in a finished design. So there's stacks in there when you think about it. And I try to put my best work in there and my best techniques for you all, and I'm following up with help on Facebook if you need it.
So always there, and it's not often we buy technique full DVDs where where the designer is always there for us to speak to on Facebook and other wonderful ways. Now, Rachel Norris is an award-winning designer. She has had terrestrial television documentaries made up about her. She has had her wonderful, wonderful pieces of art displayed in the Victoria and Albert Museum, along with, of course, right now, Pearls Through Times. Audrey Hepburn's pearls are in there right now. David Bowie is in there, not actual David Bowie, but aspects of, he might be, who knows. But, you know, this is a big deal. Rachel Norris's wonderful pieces of jewellery have been selected to display at the V&A. Rachel is a big name in jewellery making. She's arguably one of the best jewellery makers, the best jewellery maker in the UK. And she's a privilege to have on the show today. BLNR83, if you want to get involved, if you want to create like the award-winning Rachel Norris, if you want to be up there on Team Norris, then you need to be quick, because we are approaching single figures of this DVD. I do expect to be telling you any second now that it's gone and sold out. What a wonderful Christmas gift to pass on a talent to somebody. 2 DVDs, 2 hours. Wonderful, wonderful craftsmanship. Now, I'm going to give to you. Oh, I do love these. Now, let me just give you, they're back in stock. I had the teardrop yesterday. Oh no, I didn't have this one because mine had 3 loopholes, yours has got 2. Now this is a tongue-in box fastening. I'm going to show you in just a tickle. I'm going to use my tweezers if that's all right, because then you'll get to see. So these are cabochons set into sterling silver. Have you seen these before, Rachel, these fastenings?
I have. Tremendously useful. You've got maybe a bit of Viking weave or chainmail, and you can put those at the end, and you've got your feature bracelets straight away. They're absolutely beautifully made, and the gemstone details are wonderful. I know people who will snap these up and source these and want these and use them all the time in their jewellery making.
They're like jewellers' findings, aren't they?
And the lovely lady called Michelle, who's a dear friend of mine, will definitely want some of those. She loves those, using those in her pieces.
Now you've got, I'm just going to take out the little tongue, and I'm going to show you how it's done. So you've got that tongue in box. Now that goes in here. So it's like, you know when you buy a really expensive piece of jewellery, or you have some antique jewellery passed down to you, it's always a really secure fastenings, isn't it? I mean, if you've got something like a diamond tennis bracelet, they click into the, I mean, I haven't got one of those, but I have seen them. I wish. My friend, one of my best friends, Jade's got one for her 40th birthday, and I kept trying it on. Listen to this click, this is why it's up. Did you hear that? That's how secure it is. Clicks right into place. You get 2, you get the round and you get the teardrop, and you get them for 1 tiny price tag. The labradescence is incredible. Now these are sterling silver and they are marked so. They've got the 925 marking on the back, big gram weights of silver, very high quality findings these are. They're normally £11.95 individually, but we're going to give you 2 today for just £17.95. So you're making a big saving. Anywhere under £20 is a decent saving. £17.95, you've got a cracking saving indeed. Now, I really love these. You are really interested in these as well. Now, the round has 1 loophole either end, and the teardrop has 2 loopholes either end, which you'll see here. So you can run 2 strands if you want to from the 2 loophole. Now I like to make a feature out of those. I like to put them at the front of a pearls, a double strand of pearls, and right at the front they'd look stunning, wouldn't they? Beautiful. Just really simple. Yes. Simple. I said that like Tiffany from EastEnders then by accident. Simple, isn't it? Now, look at all, over 50 of these have gone. I just want to show you that chunky. I haven't watched EastEnders since. Other soaps are available since the Tiffany days, I don't think. Now look. I watch things like that now, and I always say to my daughter, what's going on? Who's done what? And she's like, just don't watch them because you're annoying me.
Student days, I used to watch a lot of them, but and I just don't have. Well, I'd love to have all time like that to watch soaps, but I don't.
I can't. I don't watch anything unless it's Jewellery Maker to see what's going on, to see what Ed's got that I didn't have, and then I ring him and go, how did you do that? Few things we watch, but not really. I watched a film last night. Look at that. Look at that labradorite. I always think labradorite looks kind of magical, doesn't it? Check that out. I love it. I think that's absolutely fascinating. Sorry, my nails are absolutely yuck, so I'm sorry about that. I got something stuck on them earlier. I got I got my fingers in the jewel enamel stuff earlier, and it won't come off. I was playing with jewel enamel. No, always jewellery making me. You know me. Now, before we go back to Rachel Norris, I'm gonna. How many of the bags have we got left? They were sold out, weren't they? You're such a teaser, because I know if anybody wasn't. Sorry, I was going down there because I hid it so that I could take it home. Now, I know that if anybody wasn't watching earlier and they see this, they're going to want it. So get yourself on the phone lines if you didn't see this earlier. We have the tiniest amounts left. Scott just said to me, yeah, let's just sell them all out. You know what? It's not just a bag. It's not. And I'll show. Hey, I could put my lunch in here as well. It's not just any bag. It's the Jewellery Maker portfolio bag. You need it. You've got two pockets either side. You've got one large pocket here with the zip. Then look at this. Larger pockets to put the bigger pieces in, and there. I bet you Mark Smith's bought this. Then you've got the smaller pockets they're kind of business card size, but will fit things like earrings. And these are great for showing examples of gemstones if you're selling your jewellery on it or you're doing bespoke commission pieces. You could take this to the bride's house and say, you know what, these are the colour pearls I've got. These are the coloured findings I've got, you know, and you can work like that. Then you've got more pockets going on here. These are going to sell out. Of course they are, I know that. Now, these come out as well. Ready? It gets even better. Yes, you can even say, there you go, bride. Have a look at those. It doesn't have to be a bride. Who else would I be taking gemstones to, Rachel?
Oh gosh, anyone with a commission, you're going on holiday, you want to put jewellery or pieces on holiday, they'll go in nicely. They'll keep your silver findings in because they look quite airtight, don't they?
Yes, yes,
you
yes.
can put anti-tarnish strips in there and keep things... Gosh, if you're running a jewellery card making class or taking...
a jewellery making class would be good.
You know, getting your pieces ready. I'm trying to think anything. Get useful all the time.
I love this bag. It's only £14 and I just think it's ace, Rach. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. I like the other bag as well, so you could have only both of them actually.
Me too, I love both these bags. Who got these? Paula, they are ace, aren't they? Or was it the Ox? It was the Ox, I'm just being told. I think this is fab and I really want one. I love both of our bags this week.
I like the colours because they're soft colours.
Jewellery Maker logo on there as well. It's good if you're doing Jewellery Maker parties, isn't it? Because jewellery parties, because you look so much more professional if you turn up with things like this. Now you have got that long strap. If you want it, you can extend it. So it will sling over your back, or you can carry it like a briefcase, which is fab. I'm tempted to stuff my lunch. It looks like that's sold out. Well done. Now, I'm going to put that back under my desk, and I'm going to give to you a few more under 10. More under 10. Okay, where do we start? Let's start with some teardrop. Oh, this is tourmaline, isn't it lovely? Have a look at this tourmaline. I'm just going to take my black background away. Have a look at this strand of tourmaline. Now tourmaline always excites me because there's such a huge variant of colour with tourmaline. I think it's a wonderfully pretty gemstone that gives you deep reds, and you've got these fabulous pinks, rubellite tones in there. It's one of the birth gemstones along with opal of October. So if you've got someone who is whose birthday is in October, then this is their birth gemstone as well. If you've always given them opal, because I've always done that with my mum. Her birthday's on the 21st of October, and I've always given her opal until I knew that this was her gemstone. Now, tourmaline is really highly regarded in the industry. Paraiba tourmaline can take weeks to get, and little tiny fragments, and comes in such a fresh bluey green colour. JHG P32 is your item code. This tourmaline strand is only $6.95. What I like about this strand in particular is the randomness of the shapes and the sizes. You can really mix it up, make something that's a little bit more textured. If you like to ruffle the hair of your gemstones, then this is a kind of shape and a size. Do you like random shape, Rach?
I do, actually, and these would also look really nice in a dragonfly body, actually. I'm trying to see whether I can get that into design later
have you
on.
got this strand?
I've got this. I haven't had a chance to use it. I've been using the other two strands.
Aha, so you chose this for one of your designers?
I have, yes, and I thought I might try and get it into a dragonfly body. So, because they're nice, you can actually select shapes that will fit in quite nicely into that. So now
listen, if this is good enough for Rachel Norris's challenge, if Rachel Norris hadn't picked this strand, I want it. It must be good. I must be onto something. £6.95. JHG P32 is your item code. You've got 140 carats, and the variant of size is 8x7 to 17x10. Now we're going to go to. Sorry, Scott. What did you say? 21 key of the door. That's how old you are, Ben. Oh, get out, Ben. Can you even remember being 21? I can't.
Oh, gosh.
That's half of my age, they're just saying. How rude. It pretty much is, actually. No, it's not. I'm 33. That would make me 66. Just did the maths then. What were you doing when you were 21, Rachel Norris?
Just finishing my degree in zoology.
Zoology?
Yes, I did zoology, mammalian physiology and human biology and zoology.
Wow!
Yeah, and then I went into research at Charing Cross Hospital into vascular ultrasound, and that was ages ago, 1987. Yeah, so yeah.
Is there anything Rachel Norris cannot do, jewellery makers? Good grief. Now these rose quartz arrowheads make a wonderful overlap in like a fish scaly design. They're wonderful earrings, actually, these are, and they're great wine glass charms. Now, wonderful for filling out the gaps. I love the colour. I think they're just, these could be letter A's, couldn't they? They could be the letter A. If you've got someone who you want to make a necklace for that's got an A, an Alison or an Alex, or a letter V, Victoria, Vivian, Vincent. Can we think of any other V names? Vera?
Violet.
Violet, I love the name Violet. Isn't that lovely? What are your children called?
Gemma with a G, Joseph and Jack.
Oh, I love that. They're all J sounds. Mine are all M sounds. £7.45 is your item code. Now, if you want to make letter A's or V's, then this is your strand. If you want these to be arrows, if you want to almost direct the eye down to a certain point, then these are great for doing that as well. IFG P60 is your item code. Everything I'm giving you right now going under £10. Rose quartz said to be the gemstone of friendship as well. So it's always great to have in your stash, and it's always wonderful to have lots of different shapes for lots of different projects in your stash. Now, let's go to some Dalmatian Jasper. Now, out of all of the animal print gemstones that we do, Dalmatian Jasper is my favourite because I think it's more, and you know why I love this? Because it's graduated. I think it's more subtle than leopard print. Do you think that? Beautiful. Isn't it lovely? Have a look. It's a graduated strand. Ben just said in my ear, you don't see many Dalmatians anymore. It's because you're not hanging around in fields like a 6-year-old anymore. That is a point. He's saying, I'm not going anywhere where people actually walk. You're not going to the park anymore, Ben. Now, Dalmatian Jasper, it's just that wonderful, wonderful gemstone, isn't it? That gives you the fun of animal print, but it can still be a little bit classy. It can still be a little bit elegant, can't it?
Definitely is elegant and classy, and it has that wonderful texture and a colour. You just use it on its own. I wouldn't really put anything else with it, just as it is. It's just so gorgeous. You don't want anything to detract from the texture and pattern on those beautiful gemstones.
If you were using wire though, by anything else you mean gemstones, I'm presuming?
Yes, I'm not sure.
Would it be
really.
black?
I would keep, yeah, you could use some of the black wire with it. Silver would go quite well. But I just literally want to expose as much of the gemstones as possible because you don't want to go over the pattern. You need to keep that pattern in view. It's just so glorious. I wouldn't do much to it at all.
I love it. So just beading thread, maybe we'll just restrand it.
Yes, with maybe some tiny little spacer beads in between.
Good idea.
Black agate or something like that.
Silver spacer beads.
Yes.
£6.95. The detailing, super beautiful. £6.95. JRG P70 is your item code. 170 carats on the graduation. It's 6 to 14 mil. We love your company today. Please don't forget to keep it interactive by sending us a cheeky text. Have you checked the texts yet? These boys are lazy. They're lazy. It's all right. Oh, we've got lots, so we are going to do them. You have to remind them, otherwise they forget. Cass has just come back in, so everything will be all right again now. Now, make sure you, if you want to send us a free message, you go on our website, jewellerymaker.com, click to watch us live, and then send a message to the studio. It's how you can do it. Now, let's give to you. Let's do another cheeky one before we go to a break. Let's do 23, Scott. Should we do that? This purple is lush us. Now, this is what I'm talking about with the... I'm going to give you the purple now. Hey up. And then I'm going to show you the wonderful colours that go with it. You know, I keep talking about the fuchsia bush because I just love the combination of colours. Rachel, have you? Is that this exact strand?
Yeah, be careful. There's a little bit of wire I haven't tucked in, so be careful.
Thank you. Hang on a minute. Did you just do this?
I chopped up bits of chain and stuff, and
she's literally a miracle worker. Are you serious? Well, she's just done this. This was your challenge, and you've just gone bring. Do you know what you're like? Did you ever used to watch Bewitched when you were little? Tickle, tickle, tickle with the nose. Do you remember that? No, before your time. I loved that. That's you. Samantha, that's you. Now I'm going to give you the purple agate strand. I can't believe her. Thank you, my darling. But don't you think it goes super beautifully? We will recap. Don't you think that all goes lovely? It's gorgeous, isn't it? Now I'm going to give to you this for £7.95. Now Rachel chose this strand, and she actually had some purple agate. Is it one of your particular favourites, Rachel?
Copper and purple. Yes, a beautiful combination, pink and purple. Yes, yeah, purple's my favourite colour.
It's the colour of creativity, you know.
Yes, well, I love it.
Isn't that lovely what you've done? I love that.
So
it's fantastic. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. £7.95, and a little goes a very long way if you are mixing it with wire. If you love Rachel and you're inspired by Rachel, which so many of you are today, then you need to grab this strand. EJG P22, £7.95. These are 12 mil round. Absolutely beautiful. Shall I give them a little count? Shall I? I'm going to give them a little count. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Oh, I've lost count. 30. 1, 2, 32 on your strand. If you're making rings, that's 32 gorgeous rings. Look at that purple. Look at the gloss. Look at the glitter. I love that black currant. It's just perfect, isn't it? Don't forget you can twin it with so many other colours. And again, I pretty much think it's seasonless. It's a gemstone colour that you definitely want to be wearing out in the evening. Now, don't go anywhere because we're going to continue with another Rachel Norris demonstration, another hour with Rachel, dedicated this time to the wirework turtle.
This year, Jewellery Maker will be live 9 AM to 1 PM on Christmas Day. Oh, come on, guys. You can't get out of working Christmas Day. Ed's excited. Oh, look at him. What a guy. No turkeys were harmed in the making of this video.
Join guest designer Laura Beading on our intermediate wirework course. The aim of the course is to enhance your wirework skills and take your designs to the next level. You will learn more advanced weaving and binding techniques, which you can incorporate into your jewellery. The full course includes a selection of gauges of wire, a generous scoop of mixed gemstones, a copy of the Wirework Tutorial DVD Edition 3, a buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios and chance to meet the presenters, and a visit to our Gemstone Museum. All of this for just £79.95. To book your place, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker, bringing out the designer in you.
You can now keep in touch by following Jewellery Maker on Twitter. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Welcome back to Jewellery Maker, where we are joined by the wonderful Rachel Norris, who's going to take us into the next hour for the entire hour with her super inspiration. I will be reading out your text in just a tickle, won't I, Scott? Yes. And I need to let you know the wire deal is approaching sold out. I'm going to give you a beautiful kit to start off with some stunning rose gold rondelles. Now, Rachel, have you used this kit?
I have used it in everything actually goes into making the pieces here actually. So I think the greens and the colours are so beautiful with the copper wire that I'm using with it. Works so well.
I like that you got your favourite colour today, and now we're working with mine.
Yeah. It's my second favourite colour.
Was that good? Now, was there a bit of a diva off? No, yeah. We're quite good at telling Scott what to do around here, aren't we? God love him. Now have a look at what I've got for you. Now you have got the cabochon. You have got, I'm just checking if I can, sorry, the reason I'm just going, is because I'm trying to look for you for the, oh, there it is, for the dimensions, 40 by 30 on the green agate cabochon. Then I'm going to give to you some fancy jasper, and I'm going to give you some aventurine. Isn't this beautiful? Now these gorgeous greens are super inspiring, very nature inspired. Then I'm going to give to you, and I love this, rose gold rondelles as well. So you've got the rose gold rondelles as well. You get, I'm just looking to see how many you get. How many do I get of those, Scotty? They're rose gold on silver. Now let me see. FMGP71 is the item code for those individually, lads, if you want it. I'll count them if you like. No, there's about, let me see, maybe 30. Let me see. I'll count them. Let's see. 1, 2, you think there's 40? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll be back in a minute. So that's 10. Hang on. There's 40! Yay! There's 40! We didn't have the information. Aren't they lovely? Look at those. How did you use? Oh, we'll see in a minute how you use them. I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a price tag and then we're going to trottle over to Rachel, because you're going to want to see what she's made and you're going to want to buy this bundle. Everything individually for you today would be £32.95. But you're getting the strands, the cabochon, and the 40 sterling silver with rose golds spacer rondelles. Scott's saying to me, I was going to do it for £17.95, you know, but I'm going to take it down. You're going to take it down to £14.95 for you, which is fabulous, by the way. Be really quick in grabbing yours. WEG C74 is your item code, 0800 644 655 on those phone lines, or you can shop online. JewelleryMaker.com. Capuchins are wonderful. This is a great Sutashi bundle as well. It's great if you're inspired by Laura, if you're inspired by Sarah Elvin, who did a wonderful weave with holding on to a capuchin using macrame weave, I think it was. It was great. You have got all of this for just £14.95. I've got 4 spools of copper. I love the word spool. Is that the actual word for it? Yes, spool. Like spoon, but with an L. Now, you've got the 0.6 wire, which is, and this is all, if you're shopping with us because you came across this because maybe you're on your way to another crafty channel and you stopped and you thought, hang on a minute, I love this, I use wire in my crafty ways. It might not be, you might not be a jewellery maker, but you might have seen all these wonderful wire deals we're doing. Our wire has copper first and foremost, then it's overlaid by real silver, every little length of it real silver, then the colour, so in this case copper again, and then an E-coating. So if you are making shepherd's hooks out of your 0.6, the E-coating is there not only to protect your wire from tarnishing, which it does so well. If you want to verdigris anything, it will resist it, so you'll need to prime it. That's how strong the E-coating is. But it also makes your findings hypoallergenic, which makes them more wearable to anybody that does suffer from allergies. Now you're also getting 0.4 wire. Rachel uses 0.4 in abundance because it's wonderful for weaving and for the intricate detailing pieces. We saw Rachel use it earlier when she was sewing in and out the 4mm gemstones. Then I'm going to give you, and these are fab, 1.25. Now, if you love to get your chase hammer out, for me, it's any excuse with that chase hammer because it does let out some old jewellery making tension. I tell you that for nothing. And you just need ever such a small amount of this to make a ring. And I love them. Gemma showed me a technique to do that, and I'm in love with it. It's easy, it works, and it's easy. You know, it's a great gift and a big seller for Gemma. Now, 1mm you've got there as well, so that's your strength, that's your backbone, that's your spine. Hello.
Really, just to show you how well it lasts, because these beads are ordinary copper beads. Yeah. And they're kept in the same conditions as the wire, and the wire has not tarnished. That's JM wire, and the beads have.
So let's have a look.
Conditions, just to show you.
Oh, I've got to move these white steps. Thank you, Rachel. Now, Rachel's saying that if you look, she made this all at the same time. Now the beads that aren't from Jewellery Maker that you see that have tarnished were the same colour as the copper wire. The copper wire has withstood the test of time. The beads, unfortunately, which are not Jewellery Maker, did not. They're not E-coated. They look good. I quite like them tarnished.
Or remake the necklace because, you know, but you see how well the wire lasts.
Is that a Viking knit you've done there?
That was done about 3 years ago, that piece.
3 years ago?
Yes, you see, so that's
3 years and the wire's still that perfect. There's no tarnishing on the wire.
No.
Perfect.
See, just to show you.
Thank you, darling. Okay. Now we're going to give to you the whole bundle at £32.95. What, you're not giving it at £32.95? You're going to get in big trouble for that. You're terrible, Muriel. He's going to get in trouble. £24.95. Scott's the manager. He can do what he likes. You want everyone to get into it. Oh my gosh. QUG C63 is your item code. The Designer Inspiration with Rachel is happening right now. Now at 24, I've got to say that's one of the best deals I've seen on wire. I think you're mad. This is brilliant. Use your debit card, use your credit card. You can make stacks of jewellery. You've got 100 metres of the 0.6. You've got 100 metres of the 0.4. You've got 10 metres of the 1.25. And you've got 10 metres of the 1mm as well. You stand to make stacks of jewellery. Perhaps you're going to make stacks of money too if you're selling it on. Please let us know. 0800 644 655. Without further ado, let's go on over to our ever-inspiring Rachel Norris, the award-winning jewellery maker, arguably one of the best jewellery makers in the UK. There is a wait on the phone lines, in fact, so please bear with them. It is a free phone number if you're dialing from a UK landline, so don't panic. If you're joining the tail end of a queue, it's about 3 minutes long. Tell you what, there's plenty to trip up on the way over here, isn't there?
It's so big after you're so lovely. In what
Rachel, you were amazing. Look at this. Look.
Now, today I'm going to attempt.
I am so in love with this little fella.
That was my sort of prototype piece.
You added that POW shell. Look at this.
And that's what we're going to try and show you today is the sea turtle necklace pendant.
Do you know how hard it was to keep that a secret? I saw the title of your message and I didn't read it till the last minute because I knew, because you put top secret, that's why I didn't read it straight away, because I thought, I'm not reading that yet because I'll tell everybody.
I wanted to show you how hard I'd work, you see. So
you're amazing.
If we've got time, we'll do this. And then if we've got time, we'll try to do some of the sides. We'll see how we go.
Look at the chain, look at the, what are we calling this? The necklace piece?
Yes, all the necklace side pieces. So we'll see how much time we've got, because obviously we've really got to get the sea turtle done.
Oh! And
it's using that beautiful oval, those ovals. That sort of translucency of that agate is great, because you can put stuff over it. It's not got a pattern that you're marring or anything like that by putting wire over it, but the light will shine through it beautifully. So it's a perfect gemstone to use actually with the copper. And just to show you, if you do have a teardrop shape, you can just do the same thing, just omitting some of that's in that piece of abalone that I had, but from JM ages ago. And so you can do the same design without the tail section, but with the teardrop one. But the ovals are great because you can put little.
Do we get turtles laying eggs in Cornwall?
I don't think so. I think they're Pacific. Are they Pacific?
I don't know. I'm really thick. So
I think they can live to hundreds of years old. That's what I
know they can. They're like dinosaurs, aren't they?
They live for longer than we do.
I'm obsessed with. I love them. I think they look amazing, and I could stand there for ages when you're at the zoo.
And there's lots of legend about sea turtles, aren't there? So I meant to look up on the web so I could tell you some stories about sea turtles.
I want to know.
So if people can text in with,
I'd like to know a myth and legend about
sea turtles. It'd be lovely. You can read that out. So we're going to make a sea turtle sandwich basically with 3 layers of work. Again, all the photographs have been taken so that if we don't have time for something, we've taken photographs of all the stages so you can work through it. So we've got three layers. The base.
Let's have a look.
We've got a middle layer. I'll take that out of the way, so that's in the way, and a carapace to fit on top. Sorry, sweaty hand. And basically you just create a sandwich from all the little layers, and we're going to weave all that together.
Wow. So that's what we bring that just towards the, there you go, see there? Yeah, cool, so thank you darling.
So we're going to create all those different components to add in together.
How do you think of this?
Oh, I don't know, I just wanted to make a sea turtle.
Just thinking, right, I need to make a sea turtle.
What do I do? And so I just started off with this bit, and then worked on. I knew I wanted to make that sort of pattern on the shell. So first of all, we want to make a border for the cabochon. It's quite a useful technique for using with all cabochon techniques, and just make sure that you don't make it tight on the cabochon, because you're doing wire weaving around it. You want to just make sure that you've got a gap around the edge, and just make it a little bit bigger.
To allow for you to go in and out to actually weave with?
Yes, yeah, otherwise you're going to have a real problem trying to get the wire in the side, and I've had, I'll show you a technique later on, and if you do find that's happening, I'll show you a technique of trying to get around it.
Can I just pop that there so that we can all see what the finished article is? There we go. Pop him there.
There we go. So
Terence.
And so basically, I'm going to knock things everywhere now because I'm going to be useless. So first of all, we're just going to make a very quick frame, and again, take a bit more time over this. Take a bit more time over this. Look at me, I'm everywhere. And cross over the wires at the top of the gemstone.
So the one that you did a minute ago, that you're putting that to one side, or is that the same piece?
I'm just showing you the technique just quickly to make that, okay? Because some people may worry about how to actually do that, so I'll just do it very quickly.
Okay, no, that's fine.
And then at the top of the gemstone,
kink
upwards, and pull with your fingers, and then take a bit of time again to make this a properly at the top. So I've done it really quickly and it's wonky. Okay, so worst comes the worst. You
can always manipulate round it, though, can't you?
Reshape it, and you've got it. So it's basically round, stroke out there. You've got it more or less. You want that at the top and that a little bit larger than the cabochon.
Okay.
So you got that. So that's gone.
Yeah.
Next,
so you're at that stage
at that stage. So we're going to put that to the one side actually, because we don't need that for the minute. So that will come away in a minute. Next, we're going to make the little man shape, funny little man shape with the fins. And I've done that to make it a cross so that it's strong, so that if you pull it, it's going to be a really good sort of anchor place, because you're weaving a lot of tension on it and you want this to be really good support. This is the main support frame for the pendant at the back.
Okay.
So, make a little man shape. So we want a shape like that. Now, if you want to, there's photographs. Draw it. Yeah, and just put it on. I mean, I could show you.
If this is on Facebook, could I just take a picture of it on, like a screen picture, and print it out?
Print it out, expand it to the size that you want it, and then use it as your trace.
Okay, that's what I'm going to do.
I could show you very quickly the beginnings of it. I'll just show one side, and then we'll just concentrate on some of the weaving and the other techniques, because I won't spend too long on this. So tell me if I'll spend 2 minutes making a shape and let me know.
Okay.
Okay, take about over a metre of wire, probably about a metre and a half of wire. Use too much rather than too little, because you can always cut it down. But it's awful if you've made this beautiful shape and it takes more than you think it's going to, and you run out of wire. Middle of the wire, make a little tail shape. Cross, cross, and squeeze, squeeze to make your little tail shape.
Okay.
Then you're coming down. And because you want to make it, you can use this as your template. That's going to be like so. And then bring this sharply up and start to make the first fin. And you can make this of any shape you like, just as long as they vaguely mirror image on the other side. So you've got the first fin.
Did you do this from brain? I want to say from memory, but then I'm thinking, no, you didn't have any memory of.
What I did actually, I looked at a tattoo of a sea turtle. Now, tattoos are really good because they are line drawings, they are designed for the body, they are imaginative forms, and because I don't like to look at other people's wire work, because I've got to be my
individual
own style, that I will look at a tattoo and it, you know, and that line drawing of. And you can use that as an inspiration. Or, you know, so again, the other side, I'm doing this really badly because, of course, you want to be making sure that this is the same either side. So basically, it's not. Again, using my flat nose pliers, I'm actually manipulating. I'm not really using the round nose pliers for this. But you can see I've virtually made some symmetrical little fins. Spend a bit of time making those symmetrical, and then go up, make another little set of fins round like that, and then bring the wire up to make the head piece, and make two little bulges for the eyes and up. Okay? Because I think we really want to concentrate on the next bit, so I don't want to run out of time.
So you've got your little man.
Little man shape. And then I put a little bit of scrap wire here just to hold it all together, so that you know what you're keeping your shape while you're weaving. Now the first bit of weaving, I start anchoring this piece together. And really what you want to do is you put a bit of central wire. Well, first of all, you weave up the tail. Now, I could just quickly show you the start of that, so that you know the 2x2 weave. And this bit here is exactly the same as the dragonfly wings in my DVD, so I'm not going to go through how to make that, because if you've got my DVD, cross. Just change the spacings and watch my DVD and get that. That technique is the same as the dragonfly and the bee wings there.
Okay.
So people who've seen my DVD will know what to do.
Perfect.
Okay, I'll just quickly show you. Starting off with the tail. Okay, the most important bit really is just showing you the basis of the weaving, and then showing how to attach things together, because that really is the most important thing.
So we're working on the tail piece first of all, just to show you how to do the weaving around, starting off the weave. So that's what Rachel's doing, just to reiterate to you.
And I also just need to basically say, you do the tail and then cut and tuck in. Another piece of wire here, weave down, bind over here, and then start each end of the wire, weave down side to side. Okay, to the tip, and then tuck in. Here, Again, another piece of wire, crisscross across here, so that you're making a little structure to start bringing these arms together. Then each end of the wire, again, you weave down, altering your spaces with more spaces at the bottom and fewer spaces at the top.
So all the visible parts will be crisscrossed?
Yes, this 2x is actually a figure-8 weave, but you're just altering the spacing with more wraps here and fewer wraps there. So if I haven't got time to go, I need to get that across. And here is a 3x3, 3 wraps round and across, 3 wraps round and across, all the way up to the top.
Okay, so you do those, you do wrap, 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 over, wrap, 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 over, and that gives you the space, and then you get kind of that kind of effect. So I have to do a little tune when I'm doing things like that.
Exactly. So we're starting off, say a point at a tail. It's always easier actually to weave from a smaller point up to a larger point.
Is it really?
Yes. But in some of this, I'm making you work hard, because you have to work.
There's a lot of detail
there to actually get that spacing correct. So you will have to use your fingers and your pliers just to hold the wire back as you weave. Okay. To be honest. So I've started off with a few. Again, this is terribly messy, and really, when you've got to place your wire carefully as you work. Don't have the wires crossing over each other. They do. It'll look messy.
You'll have time at home though, won't you?
To make sure they're not crossing over each other. They look nicer than I've done it. But don't quite tuck it in yet. Because
just keep it out of
the way, because you're going to wait until you finish the weave, then tuck it in, because if there's any spaces, you might be able to do another wrap through. Okay. So 1, 2, I can't remember how many I've done, probably 3, and then push with your finger down, and then do that, wouldn't it? And then pull it across, and then I'll move that out of the way, and you're underneath, over, and then we're going to do the same wrapping round the frame on this side until 1, 2, and 3, and then across to the other side. You're at the top of the frame here, and you go to the bottom of the frame and wrap round here, so you can get your weave going. So just continue all the way up the tail, and then go through the stages. This is the sort of longest bit, I suppose, making up this little figure. Yeah. This base plate.
That's the most time-consuming part, is your weave,
is this weave. So once you've got this weave done, again, I've talked you through exactly what you do for the next stages of the weave. So just
follow those steps, and then you will be finished with something like this.
And you've got one of those. So you've got a base plate, you've got a middle of the sandwich. Now we're going to make the little carapace area.
Okay.
So,
and this you need to.
Yes. So we need basically to make up a little.
How did you think of that? It's amazing.
Well, I just saw that. So how do I do it? Because there's there are probably lots of different ways of doing this, you know, aren't there? So, but it's just my way and the way I thought up at the time. So there'll be people who will think, oh, actually I could do it this way and make a different pattern across. But I wanted to mimic its scales, and actually in reality, when you see that sort of the artwork, there's a lot more. They have a lot more scales going up. I just couldn't face doing so many little.
No, with wire, because it makes the project so much longer.
Yes, I'll stick to one.
Keep simple
and then
first.
The side. So that's the sort of arrangement you need to make. These bits really easy to make. I'm not going to show you how to make those. It's just this central portion is a little bit more awkward. So I need a bit of 1mm wire. I've got some there.
Yeah, that's from the bundle that Scott gave to you, which was a crazy price tag. Absolutely mad. $24.95. It's the wire Rachel's using now for all the gauges of wire. The 1mm, 0.6, the 1.25 and 0.4.
So, is that okay with the
Fine,
spacing?
you've got like the Virgo sign or the Aries sign in the middle of that there, haven't you?
So I'm going to make a little hexagon by squashing with the flat nose pliers.
And Hex is the six, isn't it?
Exactly. Oh yes, the 6 eyes. And basically all you need to do is make sure your hexagon will fit nicely inside your cabochon. So don't worry about its exact size, just make sure that it looks nice and it's inside your cabochon. So you can use that or your circular frame as a reference for making your hexagon. Once you made your hexagon, everything else will follow. So about 12mm on each side, and make up your little hexagon. Spend some time to make sure that it's equal-sided so that it looks nice. Again, I'm not going to have time to do that in the studio today. So, but you've got to make sure that it's equal-sided so that it looks nice. Again, I'm not going to have time to do that in the studio today. So, but you've got to make sure that it's equal-sided so that it looks nice. Again, I'm not going to have time to do that in the studio today. So, but you've got to make sure that it's equal-sided so that it looks nice. Again, I'm not going to have time to do that in the studio today. So, what I've done is made up a hexagon, so they're both crossing, and that's rubbish, so I'll try and get you a better one.
That's not rubbish.
A bit better one. So you've got 2 wires crossing.
Okay.
Basically. And then you want to basically then, is that confusing? I'm so sorry.
No, it's not.
Just push, bend sharply downwards with your flat nose pliers. I should do it so I can show you. There, down.
Yeah.
And again, turning around, downwards. And then you started to make, and squash, 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 just to make that, spend a bit of time shaping that, make sure those are equal. And you're starting off to make that little hexagon with its little, the start of where you're going to put the little curls. What I've done, I've trimmed those little curls just so that they look like that.
Oh,
okay.
And they're going to be the little Aries
yes,
signs that I'm saying.
Yeah. So now, using the round nose pliers, and make sure these are equal at this point, because you'll have an easier time making that little curl. And again, you know how to make, everyone knows how to make these little curls. They're almost universal. They're wonderful for hiding edges of, you know, what in wire work, the main thing we're always worried about is what do we do with the ends of wires. You either tuck them away or make a detail out of them. And these spirals are, you know, a universal detail, aren't they, for almost every.
And you're using the very end of your pliers this time to make them nice and skinny.
Yes, and again, try and you've got to spend some time making sure these look equal. If you want to hammer this at this stage, you can, or just squash with the flat nose pliers, and you've got them.
And that work hardens them, doesn't it? Keeps the shape.
So you've got a little hexagon, and then you just make some little sides, just looking like that.
Okay, what did you do with those, with flat nose pliers?
Literally just.
How much wire was it?
Goodness, not very long. I mean, you're not using a great deal.
About
10 centimetres.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
You know,
okay.
Little scraps of wire. I mean, the things you cut off from other things, and again, just.
Do these need to be really uniform as well?
You need to get them so that they point outwards. So it's the angles, basically. You just need to
angle at the hexagon.
That diagram and make sure the little angles look right. So you've got that directly outwards from the turtle, those facing to almost 4 corners.
Okay.
So again, to make those flat edges, you squash. Thanks, Jenny, because I nearly didn't do this. Thanks for pointing that out, it's important. Yeah, I nearly thought, I'll skip this bit.
Thanks, Jenny.
Skip this bit.
Sorry. You can always rely on me. Just very quickly, you don't have to.
And then, so you squash that.
It's because I know everyone at home would have gone,
hang
on, Jenny, and it would have been my fault.
No, well, it never is. You're brilliant, actually, because you point out things I should be saying. So that is your sort of angle that you're using. Sort of, are they acute like a V? Or
don't listen. You'll be barking up the wrong tree, asking me anything mathematical.
90 degrees. So like that, and just make sure they vaguely fit along the side of the hexagon that you made.
Okay.
Okay. So that's really what. But you do it squash, 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 and it makes it flatter. And also use stroking of the wire with your fingers like that, and then that makes your nice flat wire.
Okay, sorry. Now get to the Norris point. Back to Norris.
Now we're going to do that little weave. And it's fiddly and complicated. And if you just want to just do binding round without the pattern, that's absolutely fine.
Okay.
It really doesn't matter.
Well, so you could just bind that in any way you wanted to.
Yes, you could. But I'm just adding this little pattern again, which is a lovely extra weaving technique that I've seen Laura use and all the great wire workers use.
Laura taught me
Karen and Gemma
that one,
and wonderful Alison Howe, Terry. You know,
Alison's wonderful. I haven't worked with Alison yet, and I keep forgetting to say about her when it's. Of course, she's a genius. That bird.
Really is.
Oh, and the DVD, wonderful.
We're absolutely privileged to have
she's amazing.
Her, and it's just aren't we? Really are.
Yes, all of you actually. I just got to let everybody know that the wire work bundle that you see on your screen right now at $24.95 is approaching a sellout. Less than 20 remain. It's all the wire that Rachel's using now. You had 100 metres of 0.6, 100 metres of 0.4, 10 metres of 1.25 and 10 of 1 mil. All for just $24.95, but very limited now. Okay, sorry.
No, don't be sorry at all. I've basically picked up my central portion and one of the sides, and I've wrapped a bit of 0.4mm wire around the edge. And this is the awkward bit. It's quite fiddly. It is awkward, and it might slip around. But as you do it, you realise actually this becomes a really solid piece. You know,
that's what I'm thinking, because you got to that point where you were manipulating the other parts, and I thought that looks really solid.
Yes, and so this weaving together. So basically, I've just done 3 wraps round, and the sharp edges are just going to be at the back, underneath, and against the stone. So you're not having to worry about too much tucking in. So you can see I've got a wire there, which I'll just trim off and put in place. Now, what I should have done was leave a bit more of a gap with this wrapping, because what I've done is wrap this quite tight. I really want to wrap with a little bit of a gap, so hold it tightly between thumb and forefinger.
Okay.
And then
so keeping that tension the whole time is essential.
But you want this to be not so tight. This wire and this wire must not be wrapped so tightly against each other that you can't fit this wrap in between.
Okay, so the tension
you've got to make your
already
first
wrapped
3 wraps.
Yeah, okay.
Really quite gentle, and I've over wrapped it because I was like stressed. And
I was stressed.
No, yeah, because you forget, and then really once I'll show you a little bit more about how loose you need to get this. Because I've got so much to remember, Jenny. I've got so much to remember.
Listen, I'm just looking at you thinking, how on earth did you fit this design into your brain in the first place? You're your own worst enemy.
I am. Why do I do it to myself? And then 3 wraps round. So you're doing a 3x3, and you can do 2x2, 4x4, whatever. But this fits really nicely into the design. So what I've done is I've got 3 wraps around both pieces, and 3 wraps around the outer edge.
Okay.
And then basically, if I can try and fit another one in, I can just show you how you wrap down and you start to add in the side piece. Okay,
yeah, because I was just thinking that. How do you?
Yeah,
this is is it complicated or not?
It's fiddly. That's all it is. It's fiddly, but I think again you can see how tightly I'm holding with my thumb and forefinger. You don't let that go until you've got this secure. For
that's
the final
what
3 wraps,
I was thinking. Yeah, tension there is
key. This looks a bit nicer than this, and then do 1 wrap round this side. Get that ready, and then pick up the next piece.
And then do we go top or do we go side?
Wow, you go underneath.
This was my thing. This is what I thought. Crikey, how did she do that?
Given the anyway, it'll be all right. It'll be fine. And then so bring that over. 1 wrap round there, and you'll see actually it starts to hold together. It's amazing actually, because you think, oh gosh, it's never going to. 2 and 2.
Oh.
I'm going down the
2 on each leg.
Yeah,
and then 2.
Little strap or whatever it's called. It's the side of the scale of the top of the turtle. And then you wrap down probably for about, I think, 5 little sequences down.
Oh, okay, because then you're curling up at the end as well, aren't
and then
you?
basically here at the end, so imagine I have done all the way down to the end, and then you basically just cut and tuck in, and you just to make sure it's tucked in at the back, because any sharp edges are going to be at the back against the stone. So I'm going to cut that bit to show you. So you can see actually that's actually holding quite well together now.
Really well.
Squash it in with the pliers. You want to careful though, if you squash this too much, it'll just fracture the wire. Just 1 squash. You can push these up if you want. If you're not good with your nails and you want to actually weave together, you squash very carefully up like that.
Okay.
And it takes a little bit of technique and practice not to scratch the wire. That's why I like working with copper when you're beginning, because you're not really marking or taking surfaces off. It's great as a beginner wire colour.
Yes, it is.
Also beautiful as well.
And then you just add in every time.
Add in all the other pieces. Weave along here. Weave down the leg. Weave along here. Weave down the leg, all the way around, and this little bit you just have to do 1. You'll have 1 left over that you just have to do 1 weave down, so and then do your final weave along and down this to actually hold it all together.
Okay.
And then you're left with
can we move it this way towards me? That's
do you want me to talk to that again, or are you okay?
No, that's fine.
Basically you do 1
did we see that on the overhead camera with the...
I'll do it once more.
Just to talk, yeah, we can now, we can see it now.
So as you go, you've gone from here, adding in the pieces, you weave along and down, along and down, basically each side. You'll be left with an extra leg, which I've actually just woven down, just 1 leg and tucked in, and the last bit you're just weaving down here to fit, and you're finishing off with something that looks a bit like this. Now what I've done is at this stage, I'll take this away because we just want to really concentrate on fitting this to the stone now, because we want to make sure that this contraption that you've made will fit nicely to the stone.
So we've angled in the ends as well, haven't we? The ends
this
of
is what you do, exactly. But you don't do that until you fit it to the stone.
We're not there yet, sorry.
Yeah, you see, basically as you go, you can see what I've done is I put that in the centre and I push that down.
Did you keep putting it next to the cabochon as you went?
No, once you've got, you know that vaguely that's going to be in the middle, and you know vaguely that's going to be the number of wraps down. You can check it, yes, because, but I think you've done that when you first did that shape. You knew that that fitted quite well inside the cabochon. Yeah. Then you press down and you basically angle the wire at the point at which you're almost at the edge of the cabochon, all the way round, so it looks like that. So you've got to this stage.
Perfect.
Okay, and you do that by just doing like that, and then cutting, and you just got to make sure you do it all at the same length, basically.
Move my face out the way.
Just make sure all these are the same length all the way round.
Okay.
That's all you need to do. So I'll put this away, and we're just going to curl this up because this is the bit we're going to start attaching to the frame and start sewing and start the actual process.
Now it's coming together, isn't it?
Yes. Oh. So we're, it's a lot in the time, but I just want to fit this in. So just use this time
Little
just
curls.
to curl the way around.
Again, you're curling inwards rather than outwards.
Yes, these are going to be anchor points for the wire. And again, if you're really spending time, remember what I did. I cut the little ends off to make these, but actually, as long as they're all oval, you can get away without cutting the ends off, and they're just all the same shape. And I do need to do this because I've got to. I didn't have time to make another one up with them all curled, so I'm really sorry, and we haven't got a photograph of that. So this is the one piece or stage we haven't got a photograph of. So once we've got this, I'll just put this down on camera so you can see what it should look like. So again, all the way round, end of the round nose files. That's, oh, come on, you've got to make this really even. So spend a bit of time making these curls at the same level on the round nose pliers so that they're all the same sort of size, really.
So by same level, you mean at the same point
along the whatever it's called.
The round the nose.
the nose, the round nose, yes. And so now we've got a beautiful carapace to fit on top of the stone.
Look at that.
So we're ready, really ready to start assembling this little sea turtle.
How fab is that?
So next we've got three layers, your turtle sandwich.
Turtle sandwich.
So what I've done, actually I prepared a piece already because I thought we were going to be running out of time.
One you made earlier.
So what I've done here is bound.
We've got plenty of time, we've got 20 minutes.
Brilliant.
So we can breathe.
Oh, good.
We're normally so hurried. I think because this is the first afternoon show, it's your show.
I just want to get it right, I want to do my best for everybody, I really do. And so here we're placing this circle on the turtle. And what I've done is bound the top with a crisscross of 0.4 wire. And don't use too long a length because we're doing most of the weaving and wrapping round from the tail upwards, because this bit we want to be able to play with and pull down. If it gets tight with the wrapping and weaving round, if you haven't secured this too much and done too much at this top end, you can actually pull this wire down and make this frame bigger if you've run out of space.
Okay.
So you're just giving yourself a little bit. What I've done is wrap down, and we're going to just attach this to the top of the turtle. But before I do so, I just want to wrap a little bit around the tail and attach that too. So we're attaching this area, these two pieces together. So I'm using a longer piece of wire, but for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to use a short piece of wire.
Okay.
Now, if you like working with long pieces of wire, I recommend about 2 meters to wrap around the turtle.
Okay.
If you want shorter pieces of wire, that's absolutely fine. You can add it in, and it's whatever you want to do. But these bits don't need to be very long. But this is the longer length of wrapping round. This is the direction. So in the middle of the wire, just going to do a few wraps down. Perhaps I should have got this ready, but I didn't, so forgive me on that one. So I'm wrapping round enough wraps for the width of the tail. Now again, keeping these little wraps as tight together as you can, because this is going to be real detail on the turtle. This is going to be the frame for the stone. So again, you can see this is separating a little bit. Use the pliers to squash the wire in. If you're happy using your nails, do so, but remember your nails will get damaged, and you've got
it's
to,
easier there, isn't it? Get in there.
Quicker and easier, but just look after your nails. Wire workers have dreadful nails, but do try and look after them. Nail polish, bits of micropore tape, anything like that that can help stop the damage to nails is a really good idea. But
thimbles.
Yes. Well, you can't know. Micropore you can feel through. So if you're really stuck and you've got a split nail or something like that, again, there's obviously nail products that you can use, but in emergency, I'd put a bit of micropore on. You can still feel what you're doing through the skin. So again, what we're doing now is just starting to attach, and I'm going to bind.
Oh, you put that on first. Okay.
Yeah, and then we put the top on. So,
and then obviously you need that anyway to weave. Oh yeah, of course you do. Okay, yeah.
This is the whole. It's literally a little sandwich structure to help. There's so many different ways of making pendants. This is just one way, and it's quite a fun way of doing it. So you can put any pattern on the top. You can put any pattern on the base. A couple of little things there, and I've got that ready. That's starting to attach.
Does it matter where you're sewing into?
Well, I try and keep that on the same level. You're exactly right. I should be talking, but yes, try and keep it to the same height on that little tail. In fact, actually, I really would like to go down a bit because I want quite a lot of the head showing. Okay. So obviously, when you're doing it in real life, you've got time to place it properly.
In real life. This is pretend life.
Well, it says we're doing it in stages and we're doing it quickly. This will take, about 2 days to make, won't it, all the way through the
Well, you'll be putting it down, going to make the dinner, answering the phone.
And children and everything. So I've attached those two ends. That's started to be attached. And what time? Quarter now.
Yeah, we're fine.
And then basically we're now going to go through and attach the head bit. Again, at the same level, round. And I'm just working out where this is not far off where we need to start attaching the first bit for the stone, you see.
Oh really? It's attached enough to be able to do that already?
It will be, yeah. This is the fun bit when you really start to
see it come to life.
Yes, the turtle come together. I don't think we'll have time for the sides today. I think we'll just go for the sea turtle there. We're being a bit ambitious, wasn't it? First show after a while, so I wonder how much I could do. Sorry, I just need to make that central.
Don't forget the stages are going to be on Facebook as well, so there's absolutely nothing to panic on about now. Rachel doing this methodically for us will show you the actual techniques live, of course, and also if we pick up any problems along the way, it's actually a good thing because you'll do that too, and we can show you how to rectify them. Don't forget, we are going to be reading out your text messages at the end of this demonstration, so last few moments now to get them through to us.
Now, what I've done, we've now attached at the base of the tail and the head, and it's really quite solid already. To be honest, you can't pull that off. That's really.
Do you know? I was just thinking to myself, that looks already really solid, but you'd have to go over it round a little bit more, would you? Or is that all right at that stage?
No, 2 wraps around either side is solid enough.
Okay.
Now we're going to start to attach. I'm going to put the stone in.
See, it's just the way it comes together. It's mind-blowing, isn't it?
And start to weave and wrap around. This is a little bit sort of fiddly. You could do this bit without the stone, to be honest. I'm just showing you. So, oh, my head, sorry. And then,
both of our heads are in the way then. Rachel and I are so into this. We've both got our heads like that, and of course that blocks the camera.
How am I going to say?
It's all our fault.
Next wrap, you're between the frame and the top first loop of the stone.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Try and get this overhead camera showing it.
Don't worry.
And we're starting to then catch. It's 3 or 4 wraps.
You just
around.
got to catch the little part that it goes through.
Yes,
have you?
yeah.
Find a gap.
Find a gap, and sometimes the gap can be quite a lot further along the actual piece. And there we are. We're doing quite well. 1, 2, 3 wraps around to start to secure that end, and a few wraps around the other end. And then we start from the base to actually attach the base into place.
Okay.
Okay, so done that. So attach that bit. Now we can then go on with this wire and start to attach this base piece, and this will start to attach the stone into place. This is the bit where you have to exert a bit of tension. So up, and you can chop the end of the wire. That's why working with the long end of wire is quite good, because you can chop the end off and actually start with a fresh bit of wire if it starts getting raggedy, because it will. Now, there we are. We're starting to sew it into. Well, we've got to do the top beading and the bail. Okay, those
that's
are,
fine.
as long as we can get those in.
We've got 15 minutes exactly.
Okay, brilliant. Oh, that's all right then. So, and you can see 1, 2, 3 wraps, and this stone is starting to lock into place.
If we show it to Benny Boy. Yay!
Yeah. And another 3 wraps around this side. And you started, and again, you've basically got to continue all the way around. When you get to a fin, wrap around the frame of a fin, and then keep on around the frame, around the fin, catch this bit in, along this edge, catch it in, all the way in, until basically, I can move on to the next stage in a moment.
Anchoring it down, making it more solid. And those 2 long parts at the end are what Rachel's going to hopefully use, I'm thinking, to make the bail out of. They look like antennae at the moment, just poking out.
I mean, I saw this lovely design of the turtle sort of almost holding the earth, isn't it? And I wanted to create a circle at the top. Again, you can easily make this bail into a circle and have that idea of the turtle holding the earth. There's all different legends. So that's the start of that. Basically, I'll go on to the next stage, showing you the how it's. This is what there's wire all over the place.
I can't believe you've done so many in so many different stages. She must have been locked in a room for a week, this lady.
I sort of was, really. It's taken me a while. So here we've got all these wires. I've locked that stone in place, and again, this one isn't quite. I just want to show
we can flip that up a little bit to show Mikey
how I've woven round all the edge of it.
Okay.
But with this one, I'm just going to show you the embellishment of the head. And starting off the bail, if you
I
don't mind.
love the beads you've used for the head.
Yes,
those rondelles were ace, weren't they?
Beautiful little rondelles are so gorgeous. We need to get to this stage, you see, from this stage. And just imagine I've locked this in, and I'm going to do the awful thing of cutting off. Actually, if you don't mind, I'll just put it down here.
Okay.
Because I might actually finish this turtle another time, one day, when I've got time. So imagine we've sewn all the way around here, and we're just going to embellish the head. Now, what I need to do first of all is just start off by placing this up, these 2 wires up here. And
these are the 2 that are left at the top of the head?
Yes, we'll start to form the bail section. Now what you do with the bail section is just do that 2x2 or 3x3 weave exactly the same way that you did for this.
Yeah.
Start with a central wire here. I think what we'll do, I'll do this embellishment first, then do that, otherwise I have too many wires in the way. Now, first of all, I'm going to put the eyes on.
We're going to move this way a bit.
Yes, take that
come
right
on,
out of the way.
Over you come.
We don't need that one.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the eyes on.
No, you can't keep one of these after Ben. Can I keep one of these?
I will keep one of these for the studio, please, because people can see. It'd be lovely to
it's not safe in this studio. Ben's like, I'm gonna steal it. We all love this turtle. Isn't it ace, though? He just wants one, he said.
And what we're going to do is these little agates are part of that little strand in the bundle, and I sort of sorted out 2 that would look really good with the eye as the eyes.
Yeah, they do though, don't they?
So, I know what to do. We need some of the golden beads.
Golden beads.
I've got
Have we got some? Oh, you got some.
They go a long way,
There was a golden bead panic.
They go a long way, those little golden beads.
Yeah, you said you get 40, because we had a little bit of how many are there? 40. They're rose gold on solid sterling silver.
So first of all, I'm placing one in the central part of about 50 centimetres of wire.
And this is 0.4 wire, is that right, or is it 0.25?
0.4 wire.
Okay.
And what I should have done actually, naughty me, I should have done the bail first, but I'm just going to imagine I've done it because...
just pretend we've done the bail.
Yes, and just snip that out of the way, because I want these wires to be really well attached to each other, because I'm going to put a bit of tension on them.
Okay.
Pick that later. Now a bit more 0.4 wire.
50 centimetres,
About
you
50
thought, it's about half a
centimetres,
metre.
I'm saying. Yeah.
10 minutes we got, so you're all right.
And then what we're doing is making a little bit of a gap here. Oops, a daisy. Don't mark the wire.
So you're just creating a little, you're just widening it out
Yeah,
a little
bit.
bit.
Of a gap. Making a little sort of shape for this bead to fit in the middle.
Okay.
And these are quite, I didn't know quite whether, because I've used rounds before, I thought these wouldn't work, but you know what, they really do.
They look amazing with the rondelles. I
I
actually thought that you'd chosen them because they were better.
No, they were sent to me because I said, oh, I want some 4mm rounds. And I got these rondelles and I thought, oh no. And then actually, do you know what, they work really well.
Yeah,
because
they
they've
do.
got such a lovely shine to them. So I'm just putting one wrap around this frame here in the middle.
Okay.
Putting this rondelle in. It fits nicely in the middle. Pick a spot that it does. Push it in with your fingers. And then round the little inner sort of detail that I've made. And you can see that clicking, not clicking into place, but holding into place quite nicely.
Yeah.
And back up. And then we're going to put some eyes on. Pull this quite hard. And then we're going to put the eyes on. Tell me when I'm trying, because if I get to the stage where I need to put the bail, I'll go straight on to the next one.
8 minutes you've got.
Okay, so I'm going to put an eye on. Take the wire around the lateral aspect, or sorry, that's a medical term. The side of the
lateral aspect.
The side of the turtle.
Don't get all doctory on me.
And then wrap a couple of times round the eye in the same way that I did with the little with the necklace detail on the flower necklace.
Okay.
So 3 wraps around. Press with your fingernails down. Pull in tight.
Ben is going to try and get these onto Facebook straight after the show, but he's having problems just access it at the moment. So it will definitely, failing that, it will definitely be on tomorrow.
I pull that quite tight, and I think sometimes I thread a little bit of wire through that one of those final wraps and bring it down. I'll do that on this side. And basically you're doing exactly the same, you're just adding in beads all the way through that little head of the turtle.
And just filling it in exactly the same way. If you need to get to the bail, that will need to be done about now-ish?
Yes, because, and basically just try and keep the pattern symmetrical.
Okay.
You're doing this. Again, put the eye in on the other side. So now we're going to make the bail. I think what I secure with 0.4 wire, wrap, and then do with a long length of wire, 3 by 3, with 3 wraps around all both wires,
and 2 at the top,
and 3 around the side wire, all the way up to make this pattern.
So you go 3 over both wires, 2 over the top.
Yes.
3 over both, 2 over the top.
Well, no, actually, no, it's 3 and 3, Jenny.
Oh, is it? Oh,
yeah,
it's 3.
It's 3. Can you see
3 and 3.
It's 3 and 3.
Yeah.
And then when they reach and you've got this sort of in a nice sort of leaf-shaped pattern.
That's quite a simple weave that looks amazingly neat, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. That's
it's
the whole
trick.
thing. It really is lovely.
It's a great trick.
And it's, yeah, exactly. It's simple, but it has so effective. Bend these outwards. And so I've got them bent around, so you really want them at the same level. And wrap a couple of times around. Squashing with the fingers. This is such soft wire. It's brilliant. It's so malleable.
The colour next, that green is sensational, isn't it?
It's lovely. Trim these to a slightly shorter length, so a bit more manageable. And we're just going to bend round for the bail.
Okay.
Knitting needle, pen, marker pen, anything actually that would be useful.
Circular.
Anything circular. And then what you need to do is just go slowly round.
Oh, you're just sort of teasing it round.
I'm not being too aggressive with it, because you put so much work into it. Last thing you want to do is fracture the wire or doing something silly.
Yeah, just by being impatient.
And I want it all at the same height, and also these lovely splayed details to be exactly the same width outwards. Bring it round, and then start to bind 1, 2, maybe 3, and then you can tuck
Now you're really
in.
pulling on the tension there. Is that you did that deliberately so that you knew that it was strong enough?
Yes, because I don't want that bail pulling apart. And then tuck in.
Give it a squidge.
Yeah, and then one more, maybe on that side. Wrap around. Again, we're going to hide this with some swirls from these ends. So I've wrapped those end wires around from the weaving in.
Yeah.
Now we've got these ends, and these are lovely. You can use these as patterns. Cut these all to the same length, and then basically form these swirls. And what I've done is I've formed a swirl at the front and the back and pressed them in. So what I'll do is see how much time we've got and maybe make a couple of those. Just make sure that they're all the same length. So that one's not the same length as that one, so what we need to do is just make sure
you've got odd-shaped
unequal coils. Yes, and it's not too bad because they're on the other sides from each other, but you want to, if you're sort of looking around the whole piece, you need to check that they're about the same. That's probably a bit longer because that's, I know what I should do. There we go. Sorry, Jenny.
No, gosh, you carry on. We need to get it right.
Oh, we do. And then just making a swirl. I'll do one side so that you can see what I mean. And then using the round nose pliers just to start and form off those curls. Remember what you do just to make sure those curls are circular, because I want these circular and quite tight coils. So I'm cutting off the very end, which is always a little bit straighter. And then I'll start to form these little curls.
We can come back to this after the break. We've got some little bit of extra time to spend with you after the break. And if possible, can we talk through how you did the actual chain? I know you probably won't have time to show it,
yes,
but the actual part of the necklace, would we be able to chat through that
just
for 10
about
minutes?
Done this now, so you can see this, Jenny, we've just got this.
Yay! Which means we're going to get time after the break to talk through the actual. So just curling them in. We got another minute or so.
And then curl the other side in and make sure it's balanced.
I think Ben's put it in on purpose so he can steal the turtle so it's finished. I can see what's happening here, Ben. Oh, darn, he says, you've caught me.
And then that one, and pushing in. And again, they're round the kind of four corners of the bail, like that. And again, make sure there's a lovely
glorious. Look at him, I love him.
And then there's the finished piece, Jenny. If you want to show that, well, I'll just do the last bits.
Now, we're going to talk you through, after the break, how to create that amazing chain that the turtle has been put onto. Now we've got another 2 minutes. We can talk you through anything that you might have missed out. Is there anything you feel you've missed?
No, I think we've done everything on the little pendant.
On the turtle.
What we will do maybe is go through the bail, but I don't want to put the bail together until we've finished. It might be better after the break.
Okay, so we'll put the bail together after the break with the
sides, because this has to be put together and assembled on the actual through the bail itself and then formed, because otherwise it won't work.
We'll do that after the break, but right now we've got some text messages to read out and a fact about sea turtles, which I'm liking the sound of.
Thank you.
We're seeing if this works. Scott's not sure how to press these buttons. Jane in Derby loves you.
Oh, thank you, Jane.
I love her too, Jane in Derby.
Thank you.
She loves your designs, and it's been a while since you're on last, so she's glad you're on. Now here we go. I always have to do this. Bev from Bedfordshire says, sea turtles in the southern part of Africa tales about a tortoise named, I can't even say.
Is it
Rudazi? Rudakazi
rude word. It looks like a
common. Rudakazi. Rudakazi.
Yeah.
Rudakazi give the animals their colour from Bev. Thank you, Bev. Any other sea turtle comments? Keep them coming. Keep them coming. It's because it sounded like the word rude. That's all.
Rude.
Oh dear.
Thank you.
Tell you've got a boy, can't you?
Yes,
it's all going off now. Now we've also got Christine in Nottinghamshire. Hello, darling. Hi, Jen. Hi, Rachel. Hi, all. Rachel, I'm sure you have heard this so often, but you are truly a genius, like yourself. Deserves to be praised. Your work is so beautiful and intricate and lovingly done. Thank you for sharing it with us. Wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas. From Christine.
And happy Christmas to you as well. Thank you for that message. That really boosts me. Thank you so much.
Now don't forget to keep your messages coming. We don't have long with Rachel. We will be back talking about how you finish this wonderful turtle necklace after this.
Join silver clay expert Natalia Coleman and take your jewellery making to the next level with this exciting workshop. Natalia will guide you through the various steps of gemstone setting in silver clay and how you can create some beautiful pieces with the addition of some of your favourite gemstones. The full course includes 30 grams of silver art clay, 20 centimetres of fine silver bezel wire, a selection of gemstones, use of all the relevant tools, buffet-style lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studios, a chance to meet the presenters and a visit to our studio store. All of this for £119.95. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
You can now watch clips from Jewellery Maker on our YouTube channel. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
We're back, and I'm going to quickly give you a refresher on the bag before we continue with the wonderful Rachel. And Rachel's going to talk us through how to create the chain part of the turtle, which is one of the most amazing things I've seen. So the bag for you, last few chances now. This is probably going to be the last chance to buy at $14.95. This is your portfolio bag. Of course, it has that Jewellery Maker logo on it, so it looks very professional. And then you have got all of your pouches and pockets in here to store your polymer clays, to store your silver pieces, all zip fastened, store your little rings, earrings, things like that. If you're doing jewellery making parties, this is brand new. I'm thinking if you've got anyone in the family doing A-level or GCSE art, this would be great for taking the art projects to school in, because, I mean, what else have you got that they can take their projects to school in? Hardly anything. They will be pinching this. My daughter, I've got my Jewellery Maker bags, and they're all down the yard now full of hoof picks and things.
I think it's tremendously. We've got the other tote bag, this one. And you know, it just keeps everything neat and tidy, because you don't want things, especially sterling silver things, running around in the bottom of your bag. You need to keep them in nice compartments like this.
You're right. It goes all scrappy otherwise. And you want to keep, if you made something like the turtle and you want to, and maybe you're halfway through the project, zip the turtle into one of the little pouches so you keep him safe. You know, things like that. If you're doing really intricate, detailed pieces, there's lots of. The turtle is not safe with you, Ben. Ben, the turtle's safe with me, he said. Yeah. Loves that turtle. But you know what I mean. You could be halfway through a wire work project and wanting to keep it safe, neat and tidy. You can do that. It's your portfolio bag. Now these do come out. It is about to sell out any second now, so this is probably going to be the last chance you see this. Certainly not getting it back before Christmas, and it looks like it's. I thought it sold out a moment ago, but people hadn't checked their baskets out, you see. And so then after a while it gets taken out of your basket and put back into stock. So that's happened. So anyone with anything in a basket, what are you looking for? Wax on icon?
I've lost my big mandrel, but don't worry, I do need
big
it.
Mandrel, big mandrel. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Mandrel, or else.
Right, I'm going to show you. Rachel, do you need it? No, you got it. You got it. You got it. Right, I'm just going to pop. Actually, can we show you all of Rachel's designs from the kit that we gave you? Because I didn't actually show you them all. And there is, on the end necklace, which I'll show you in a minute, isn't this fab? Gemstones are on the screen for you right now. And the chain on this little fella here is what we're about to look at momentarily. The actual piece, the neck piece that the turtle is attached to. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't she a genius, this lady? And then a gorgeous little bracelet.
And those are some of the techniques from the Gizmo DVDs. I thought I'd bring back that into the pieces, because it's nice to show some of the techniques from those DVDs. Everyone can do them, because almost everyone's got those DVDs now.
Yes.
You know, and these are just the components from, that's the little Y-cone sort of component from that end necklace.
Let's put it on the end of the waggle.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I am
Basically,
Gary
that's a
Wagstaff.
sort
I
of-
love
obviously,
him
I've
for
left a bit of
creating
wire,
this.
So I've done a coil at the end.
This is what a Wags Y cone does.
And Gemma Crowded had made my piece up, I promise, and she did a very similar design. So, which with almost exactly the same greens and coppers, so they just go so well together. And she's
We
thinking of
send
that
you
like that.
similar things, don't we? So you have to use
Well, we
them.
know we just
What
think
we
the
send
same
you,
way.
you think
and
the
it's,
same way.
Yeah, we think the same way. And
I love my
just
gems.
I love Gemma's ideas. Just amazing. It really is. So, what should we do first? We'll do the bail first, and then the sides.
We'll do the right. So we've done the curling around of the bail.
We've done the bail, and what I've done is all 4 curls, squashed them into the side, so they look nice. Now we're going to kind of do, I don't know what we call this, the sort of bail, another
I
bit
don't know what we're calling it either. We're calling it the torque part. We're calling it the neck piece.
The bit that the turtle fits onto.
And
basically,
the connection.
This little piece is made out of these lovely rondelles, and it's exactly the same.
Is that stretchy or a?
It's not. It's actually 0.4mm wire, which I can just show you.
Oh yes, of course you've twisted.
All I've done is a very similar a technique to using the technique I'd use in the flower.
Let's move this out of the way just so that we can see on number 2.
Is I've made a circle with beads.
There you go, a circle of beads.
Circle of beads. And
we're the worst people to put together
like,
because I'm the messiest person in the world.
Almost by tying a little knot like that. That's the circle, and this looks awfully messy.
It doesn't.
And then all you do is use the ends of the wire to wrap
weave in and out
around, and wrap around. I think about 3 or 4 times in between each bead until you build up that circle. And as you do that, it becomes more rigid as a structure, and this floppy little bundle of beads becomes a lovely little rigid little ring. Imagine that loads of those in a row on a necklace. Would look fabulous. A lot of work, but would look amazing. So again, I'm not going to go through all of that, but you just wrap 3 or 4 times in between until it becomes rigid, tuck in, and then you've got your component.
Okay.
Put that in the centre.
So at what point do we attach turtley on?
Well, I'm sort of going to thread this through now, like so.
Ben's laughing because I got it turtley, but my son, if he's got anything like a little animal, it's always owly or turtley or ducky.
I've done these really short little gizmo lengths with 1mm wire, just so that the bail can fit and swing nicely on it.
There we go. There you go, Mikey.
It fits nicely on it like that.
Oh, and those balls almost act like a rivet, so they move. Rivet, is that the word I'm looking for?
Sort of, yeah, and they keep everything in place, and so you can actually move this round so that it's looking nice. So what I was doing is actually holding this. Would you be able to hold? No, I'll put that.
Of course I can. Want me to hold it?
That was a little bit of the side, necklace size.
Oh, twisted.
Perhaps what I should have done is just quickly do a wrap loop on this side.
Okay.
Nice big wrap loop. You can put a gizmo coil
Where's
around the end
he gone?
of it.
I'm going to pop him here so that we can see exactly what we're creating.
And then make a wrap loop and pull round. This goes into place, and a wrap loop at the other end. Now we're making that, it's starting to come together now. Make sure that's quite tight, all the beads are quite tight. You can put a length of gizmo coil, like that's the ends we make in the DVDs. You can put a gizmo coil link end on this quite happily. It will look beautiful. And just wrap this wire once round, and then what we're going to do is just make a little cross formation on this. Wrap once across the bead, round once, and then cross it back over the bead and the gemstone, and then back up. And you can make a little, what I've done is just make a little curl detail to it. Again, make sure these are the same length when you curl them up both sides, but I'll just have to just show you this one side. So sorry, I'm all over the place.
No, gosh, don't worry.
I will have
it's
to.
Hard to keep still.
Well, you're all over the place with wire, can't you? So also the angle you want to be is not the angle you want to be able to show people. And then, so you started to get that little beautiful little detail on that side. Again, similar thing, do exactly the same on the other side in mirror image, and you form that little bail. Now, I'm quickly, probably, we've got time to do the other side, or shall I just move straight onto the gizmo?
Very, 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 very quickly.
Yeah, so I'll just do that. I won't quite finish it, but there we are. It's just there. All right, done. So we've done that little turtle and its bail. Imagine I just curled that down. Put that away for the minute. What we're going to do is form these sides. Now, these coiled sides can be made in
I've never seen anything like that before.
Well, yeah.
Is it a Rachel Norris?
I just thought I wanted to create a different effect with the coils. I do lots of different effects, but this is one of them. And basically, if you've got this wire twisting tool, I don't know if we've got time to demonstrate how to use it.
We probably haven't, but you have. It is on the website. We do have availability of the larger wire twisting tool. Now, the only difference between the larger wire twisting tool is that you can do it with really higher gauges of wire.
Yes.
Sorry, I say I was going to try to, and you just pull it.
Yes.
And it twists.
Twists really
twists the wire.
So quick to do. I was surprised actually because I've used a hand drill or holding. I link the wire up to the top of the door jamb and then hang a heavy weight from it and twist it. But this is quicker than doing that.
Much easier.
Now,
and you don't break any household appliances using it.
Just small children. Although Jack does enjoy watching me do it. That's a different thing. But now. We've got two forms of coil here, and we've got an inner coil, and then we've got a coil inside that. So,
crikey!
These are basically this inner coil is here to keep it centralised on the wire, because this larger coil will be all over the place on the wire.
Okay.
And this smaller coil will help keep it central on the core wire when we're actually making up the necklace sides.
Okay.
So make up that in 0.6mm wire, and this in 1mm wire. Keep this on the mandrel. And what I've done is probably got about 2 meters of twisted wire. And I'm going to attach it to the mandrel and put that on there. And just wrap a couple of times around. Okay, put that one to one side. Now this is just 1.25 meter wire, which is in the bundle, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gizmo coils threaded onto it.
Okay, we'll just show that to Mikey.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0.6mm gizmo coils made on the small diameter mandrel. Okay. Now you can use my technique that I showed on the anniversary show and wrap it all along the wire.
Okay.
But these are for people who don't know that technique, and you can just literally
do individual blocks
and put them on. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll show you a little technique of keeping the ends.
You put that on really thick wire there.
Yes, that's 1.25. You can use 1mm wire if you like, or 1.5mm wire. But this is what's in the bundle, and it's brilliant actually because it adds that extra dimension. Again, add that onto the side. Amazing. And then what we're going to do, what I'm going to do is just put a little curve on the end, because I don't want those coils slipping off, because it'll be a real pain.
Do you want me to help you?
No, I'm all right. This is kind of just a bit industrial, if you see what I mean. And then pull that up, push that up to the mandrel and start to manually wind.
This is amazing. Look, how cool is this?
And then I'll manually wind it, pulling this slightly down, but lovely effects. You can put bare
what an amazing effect this
coils, all these other things to create this wonderful,
I love it. Rachel, this is amazing. I've never seen this before. You've got to get this wire bundle, £24.95. It's got to be had.
Sorry, here we're getting, yes, you must. Wire is a must. I'm a wire ambassador, basically. Here we're coming to the end of the, Linda Jones said I must spread the evangelical word of wire, basically, when I was doing the big show. And that's the end of that, has to be pushed up. Now.
So that it goes flush.
Flush, and you need to then hold it really quite tight. That's a bit of separation. Don't worry about that, just don't want too much separation. And then carry on winding.
Genius.
And I'll show you what to do with that little bit of separation in a minute. What we need to do is get the ends. That's far too much. I think what I would do is just try and push that round so it's up as tight as we can, and then use the ends of these pliers just to push them together. It's not going to be perfect, but it's better than nothing. You just push them out and even them out. And basically, I probably left too big a gap when I was doing this. really try and make sure this gap is a bit smaller. So I'll try and do that with the next wrap round, basically. You see the beautiful pattern forming. It's lovely, actually. And I always make too many coils rather than enough. The wire is quite work hardened by this stage, so you've got to use, maybe if you want to put gloves on or something like that, just to protect your hands. Again, make sure that's as tight up to the next coil as you can. What it is, my hands are hot and sweaty.
I love this. I just think it's fab.
In the studio, so I can't make this purchase as much as I would do at home. Okay, so and then wrap round, and again, you can hardly, that gap, I wouldn't have that gap so much at home. Again, push together with your pliers just to get those looking a bit more even.
Can't even see a gap.
Spend a bit of time, because that should be a lot smaller than that. Spend a bit of time evening those coils out, okay, when you're finished. And then when
so
you're
you
finished,
do this twice.
Yes, you've got the edges of
Okay,
those.
so you've got 2 of those, and then you attach them how?
Basically, you've got a length of 1.25mm wire. Yeah. Nice length.
Will that go through, will it?
Yes, yes it will, and it will go through on this as well. It's brilliant. So I want a clasp. One end's going to be the clasp end. Can you see? Yeah. One end, and the other end you just add a hook clasp. Do you know, everyone knows how to make these, but if we've got time I'll show it, but if
little
not,
swirls. We've
really
got literally
simple.
a minute.
Okay, you just make one of those and hammer it.
Okay. If you don't know how to do it, Fabulous Findings DVD is always a good idea. Otherwise, catch up with Rachel on Facebook, and she can hopefully, when she gets time, talk you through the process, when birthdays and Christmas are done with, perhaps.
Making a little circle and putting a marker pen, or this is going to be the larger end, which is going to be the hook end.
There's your douchery, if you want it.
So that's actually a knitting needle, anything like that.
So you're creating a loop here. Now what Rachel's creating is the loop that actually sits at the end of the coil that you're seeing here on the turtle necklace. So you thread your, what gauge are you using, Rachel?
1.25mm wire, you can use 1.5 as well. Now this, you see some people use, and I use gizmo coils to hide the ends of the wire, and you can use wax Y-cone coils as well, but the 1.25mm wire is thick enough to wrap down and hide it without any coils overlying it.
Okay.
So I've made a loop at one end. I made it really badly because I didn't make it I need to leave a long enough length at the end.
You can work at the end of it though, can't you? Just so it doesn't slip off.
So I put on a length of...
why have you put the coil on as well then?
This is going to keep it central within the wire. It just gives that little extra bit of stability.
A little bit of grip.
If you're using 1mm wire especially. Okay, it's not so important when you're using 1.25. We just put that in because some people
I wouldn't have thought the coil would have fit through there as well.
The gizmo mandrel is, I think, 1.2mm.
So that coil's going to go through there as well.
It will definitely go through.
Oh wow!
And then we've got
this. And then it gives it a grip.
Grip, flexibility.
Fab.
I'm starting to get this form here. I'm just going to make one loop at this end and then show you. I need to attach it to the turtle at this stage. Don't make your wrap loop and then think, oh, I should have put the turtle on, because that's just silly, isn't it? Just make sure that this is going to be on this end, so you just need to make sure it's around the other way.
Oh yeah, so work out how it goes first.
There we go. And then just make the wrap loop. And what you need to do next, we've got sharp ends of wire.
That makes it extra secure, doesn't it now?
It really does. And then what we've got to do, Jenny, is just with the flat nose pliers that I've lost, I had 100 of them, there we are, is just make sure these sharp ends are tucked in. Squidge at both ends, and then hold with the flat nose pliers and wrap down a little bit around the top of the ends of this gizmo coil. That really gives a beautiful effect.
Beautiful finish.
Cut to an end, the same length either side at the top and bottom, and make a curl just as I have down at the end. And you've got a curl, and you'll make a curl down to finish the end of the coil off.
Fabulous. So,
No.
I'm so sorry. We have to. I'm so sorry we've run out of
The thing
time.
is, we've covered it, and that's the most important thing. That now people can sit down and make it. It'd be awful if you have to wait till another show to make these other bits.
But this
So
is why I wanted to
thank
cover
you.
the chain, because I've never seen it before, and I thought I need to know how to do that.
Well, thank you everyone in the studio for fitting that in.
No,
Thank you.
gosh.
But-
Now, if you love Rachel, don't forget last couple of seconds to send in your texts before she's on her way. Now it's time for your star buy. I've got the most beautiful star buy for you. I've never seen these. They're brand new. They're absolutely beautiful. These are just gorgeous. I'm just going to grab from Pete some tweezers so that I can show you. Thank you, darling. You get two. Oh, I love these, Scotty. Oh, I love this. Now, you're not just getting these two wonderful briolette drops. Let me look how they're finished. Oh, I think these are stunning. They're 925 solid sterling silver. Now, you could just simply put these straight onto earrings. Would you take the little hook fastenings off? What do we call that? Lobster claw clasps, don't we? Or would they just go straight onto a charm bracelet, wouldn't they? This is actually has been put together, this collection for indeed a charm bracelet. I'm also going to give you the 2-hold tongue in box cabochon connector. Look at that, sterling silver. Look at the purple. Oh, it's chocolate box purple, is that, isn't it? The clarity of the amethyst that you're seeing here is truly outstanding. I am just going to take, do you mind if I take this black border away? Because I just want to show you that colour is sensational. Now, I showed you that tongue in box earlier, how the fastening, you pinch down, you pull out. That is a bracelet or a necklace fastening. You could use this in the center of a necklace, couldn't you? You could use this in indeed a bracelet. Now, in fact, this is put together, this collection for indeed a charm bracelet. How stunning it's going to be. I absolutely love this. Then the clasp on its own is normally £12.95. You're not just getting the clasp, and that is a good price when you think about the quality of this very rich, very regal looking purple amethyst. And then look at the drops. You get two set onto lobster claw clasps, and these are all solid sterling silver. The workmanship that goes into these is absolutely intricate to a fault. Now I'm going to give to you a wonderful star bride price tag. You're already on the phone lines for these. Absolutely beautiful quality. They're only 14. How much is the cabochon on its own? So you're only paying £2 each for the. This is a wonderful deal, brand new, never seen before, incredibly beautiful. I mean, these are. Hang on a minute. You're getting genuine amethyst and sterling silver for £1 each here. Craziness. 925 solid sterling silver, and in the tongue and box fastening, which I just love. I'm going to show you the mechanics of that in a mo. Let's try that now. Let me show you. So you've got that. It's so strong. I'm going to just show you how you snip it back in. So it just literally goes in there like that. And then you push it. I'm gonna listen to this. Listen to how strong it is. Do you hear that? Click. You know it's quality. You literally just pop it in to that little groove that's there, the tongue in groove fastening, and you've got the beautiful two of the beautiful drop pendants as well. Now, only 50 of these we had for you, and already how many have gone? 30. We are down to the last 20 of these, so you've got to be quick. We're very, very busy today. If you opened a basket this morning with a wonderful morning crew, It's 1 P&P all day. If you've opened a basket with us indeed this afternoon, you want to continue shopping, 1 P&P all day. That continues when Ed takes over the waves at 5 o'clock. Loads of you there. It is a free phone number. I know that you're caught in a queue. Sandra, you're there. Hello to you. Em in Warwickshire. Maria in Essex. Yvonne, you're back for more. Sandra, Alison, Stephen, Elizabeth, Tracy, Diane, Susan, Marilyn. A couple of brand new jewellery makers there as well. Hello to another Sandra. Dorothy in Nottinghamshire, you're here with us. Hello to you. Oxfordshire, brand new jewellery maker in Oxfordshire. Welcome to the family. You are going to benefit from that extended money back guarantee if you're shopping with us today. It stretches from the day you order right up until Christmas, until the 31st of January 2004. There is a queue. If you're joining on the tail end of the phone lines, you need to hit number 1 button, otherwise you will miss out to somebody with this in a basket on a website. Now if you keep this in your basket on a website, it will automatically be reallocated back in as stock if you don't check that basket out within a period of time. £14.95, you get solid sterling silver, you get some beautifully faceted amethyst pendants, and you also get, or charms, and we're going to give you another version of this, in fact, as another cheeky little star buy. We're going to double up as your star buy and give you the Smoky quartz version of this now as well. So another star buy opportunity. Now we've only got 30 of these. They are brand new to us here at Jewellery Maker. They should be so much more expensive. I speak to you again, handcrafted by the way, I need you to know. The solid sterling silver, tongue in box fastening. Look at the quality of that Smoky quartz. The silver reflecting behind it works superbly well. And you have got that Smoky quartz drop. Always reminds me of Gucci and Cartier and Prada darlings. It's so high-end Smoky quartz, isn't it?
Yes, and the light through it, because it's often extremely good quality, you'll get some rainbows and refraction through it. So it has these other hues and colours within it. It's again, one of my favourite gemstones.
It's one that goes with everything, Rachel, as well. I mean, look at that. Wow. See the light in there? It's just incredible, isn't it? NPGC 53. Now, already 10 of these are gone. We only had 30 of them. I do expect that, to tell you any moment now that these have sold out. So, again, check out baskets if you are shopping with us online. The faceted drops are 11 by 7, by the way. Sorry, I didn't give you the dimensions the last time, did I? And 13 by 10 on that solid sterling silver cabochon tongue-in box connector with the 2 loops. We're going to honour the price tag. Of course we are. $14.95, another wonderful star buy for you. Let me pick that back up. Good job, it's solid sterling silver, isn't it? Me with my butter fingers. I'm so sorry. Here we go. Come on, you. Now, there is a wait on the phone lines. I'm just being told to warn you. But it is a free phone number, so please don't panic. I love this. Look at that quality. Oh, I'm so terrible at being butterfingers. They're all singing butterfingers. It's because I have got jewel enamel on my. Wasn't resin. It was jewel enamel. Don't show them. I stuck my fingers. I was playing with jewel enamel before the show to my detriment because it ruined everything. Have a look. How does Liz cope? £14.95. It just doesn't happen, does it? NPGC 53. £14.95. These are about to sell out. If you've got them in oh, in the new bags we've got, you could put them in the little pockets, couldn't you? This is my little sign for little pockets. Little pockets. Walking down the street, little pockets. Now let's give to you a little extra. We're going to kick off a little extra with, I've got so many gorgeous things to bring you. Oh, you got them in rose gold. I had them in silver yesterday. Now these are big. Are these Chandi beads, Scotty McBots? They look like it, but we're not sure. It's not done now. Are these brand new? They're lovely. They're huge. Could I put them on a bit of wire, do you think, so you can see them all? have you got a little length of wire that I could just steal from you for a moment?
What gauge, Jenny?
Any, well, it looks like it'll go up to a 1.25, any really, just to bead onto. Thank you, my lovely. Perfect, thanks, darling. Now I've got really chunky, solid sterling silver and 9 karat gold rondelles for you. The hole, actually, that hole is huge. What did you just give me then, a 1 mil? 0.8? Because there's loads of room there. So look at these. Aren't they lovely? So you can see that. Aren't they lovely? I think they're ace. Do you know what I would make out of these? Cinderella's carriage, and these would be the wheels. I want to make Cinderella's wirework carriage. Obviously, I don't have the ability to do that.
We had to ask Alison to do that. I think
she'd probably do something cool like that, wouldn't she?
Yes.
Oh, Scott just said I was right, as always. And these are part of the Chandi collection. So these are all handcrafted. They're not poured into moulds or anything like that. The Chandi collection is all done by hand.
I've seen it on the VTs. They're beautiful.
Yeah, wonderful silvermanship. And it is 925 and 9 karat gold. I think these are stunning. I love them. They're brand new. You've not seen them before. You do get a pack of 5. Can you imagine the gram weight of those? To add detail. These would look lovely next door to the turtle with all those...
I could use them now.
Yeah, could you?
Yes.
Would you like one?
Oh yes, I'll use them on the necklace actually. With
How many? 1, 2?
Yeah, 2 with the...
2? I'm just going to give Rachel 2 of these because she would like them. Is that all right? Now, if Rachel wants them, good enough for me. Quick steal, quick steal.
Excellent.
Lovely. Don't tell anyone. Don't follow me, Mike. It was a... you're going to get a 5. Rachel Norris won't pinch 2 of yours, which is $7.95. Rachel loves these. I love them. They're fabulous and they're detailed and they are Chandi beads, so they are crafted by hand. So you know you've got that quality. VUDL92. I think you know that because Rachel loves them, you've got to have them too, because there are loads of you on the phone lines for these. And again, I must ask you to check baskets out, because otherwise you could miss out. Debit cards, credit cards, we take them all. So just get yourself dialing and get yourself buying. And these are going to be guaranteed to get to you before Christmas, all the way up until Tuesday. Actually, if you're shopping with us, we are guaranteeing before Christmas delivery. Now we might even we're trying to extend that, but wasn't supposed to tell you that. So I told you, don't tell me secrets. How many times have I told you? We are trying, but we're not a million% sure whether we can. Now, number 3. Number 3. I launched the sterling silver of these yesterday, you know, and believe me, so many people went bananas for them. You had the gold this morning, and now it's time for the rose gold. I love them. Now these are very Bollywood. I think Rachel's going to like these as well. Very, very Bollywood. Actually, I could pop these on the wire for you to show you how. Excuse me. I love traditional gold and rose gold together. Whoops. Where did it go? There you go. Sorry, I had a little bit of a joking fit then. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Apparently I sounded like a dying sheep. Oh, that's not very nice, Scott. Now, rose gold, these do look so expensive, and I love all those loops. You've got 9 loops along the bottom. You've got the loop at the top, so you can have a dangle. Hey, you could put one of those those lovely charms we just had. I might try that. Is that all right? I don't know whether I got the space for it actually. No, they're a little bit long. But you could do it from the bottom. Could do it from the bottom. That's quite pretty, isn't it? I should have put it in the next one along actually. I didn't. You could cut the lobster claw off and put it in the, it'll go in that top one now. Have you seen these kind of Bhangra style earrings that we've been doing, Rachel? We launched them yesterday, they're brand new.
No, because I was at work and not, no.
Oh, you were working?
No.
Oh, you mustn't do that. No. Now, if you look on your little screen on your desk, you'll be able to see them.
Oh, yes, look at what you could do with those. Tiny little droplets of, I mean, even like little, make a little jingly noise like bells or...
I said that yesterday, I want bells on them, yes.
It would look beautiful, goodness me.
We used to do the little bells.
Different sized ones, longer chains, longer in the middle to the side. You can do almost like a feather effect with the, you can do stacks and stacks and stacks.
Could I use them? I could use them as in necklaces as well as, of course, earrings. They don't have to be earrings.
No, you can use them anywhere.
You've got 4 in total, 2 pairs of their earrings, and they're only £7.95, solid sterling silver with a real rose gold overlay. Just a stunning embellishment to your jewellery making. RWD L87, 9 loops along the bottom and the one at the top, and then another one at the top for you to connect onto your earring posts if that's what you're doing with it. They don't have to be earring connectors though. Now I'm going to go to give to you the rose quartz versions of the gold little tires. Rose gold, not rose quartz. Rose gold. I'm getting me quartzes mixed up with me golds. That's what's happening. No, silly me. I do it all the time. I've got a beautiful rose quartz ring with a, and they're like, what? Hang on. Have a look. Have a look at this. Look at that colour. Absolutely love this rose gold. Isn't it beautiful? You've got 5 again. Now you could mix the gold up. I've given Rachel 2 of the golds. I've got the rose gold version. I'd buy both and put them in a necklace, you know.
The dragonfly body.
Are they in the dragonfly's body already? How quick are you? Why are you so quick?
Well, I sort of cheated with the frames.
You've got munchkins working for you. Where's the rond? Oh, there. Look, can you see? If we hold it right up for Mikey, just under the top.
You can just use them accent stones through the rest of the necklace and it'll be beautiful.
So just here. How did you do that? I just gave those to you. The woman is a wire working machine. I don't understand. She's so quick.
I have got to admit that I made the frame of the dragonfly beforehand. So
okay, but it was still quick work.
The rest of it, I don't know.
I don't know. There are some people.
So I had some time this morning.
Now, if I gave you water, could you turn it into wine? That's what I want to know.
I'm definitely going to drink some wine when I get home.
Yeah, I might join you. Rose gold, solid sterling silver. These are 9 by 5 and you get 5 of them. Big hole as well for you to work on. 0800 444 655 all the W's.jewellerymaker.com. £7.95 with the element of real rose gold, solid sterling silver. Well done to everybody that's got, you are going to get the extended money back guarantee. Well done to everybody who's already got theirs. FHD L49, don't forget heads up at 5. Channel 6 at 5.5, and there are some super duper deals for you coming up this evening. Now, Scotty, are we going to do number 4? Because I really like these. I'm going to do it. He's talking. Now, PHD L13 is the item code. And again, I bought these to you yesterday in silver. We've got the rose gold version today, brand new. And these I thought, Rachel, could be for peacocks somehow, which is what made me go crazy for them yesterday. I'm thinking of using these sort of up this way and doing some kind of crazy peacock embellishment. But they're also really Gatsby, aren't they?
Show me on the close up.
You have a look. You've got a little screen in your desk as well, if that's easier for you to see.
I know exactly what would work. Yes, that'd be beautiful. And cascades of things. Fish's scales.
Fish
Lots
scales!
of different things could be, yeah, really useful. Yeah.
Look at that rose gold as well. I've got quite a lot of these actually, maybe putting them together. Like so.
And you can use them as side attachments for little, for cascades of small beads in different.
That's what I'm thinking, lots of small beads. Or you could use them like as a bracelet if you wanted to do a 4 weave, and you wanted to keep it uniform.
And get the single clasp on either side.
That's what I'm thinking. Now you get 2 pairs of these.
Oops.
Have a look. PhD L13, £6.95 for all 4. They are, as I can, they're like chandelier, they're like candelabras. That's what they remind me of.
Yes.
They remind me of, who's the candle? Who's the candle in Beauty and the Beast? That's what they remind me of. No, it's Lumiere. His name is not Candle.
Mr. Candle.
His name is Lumiere, isn't it? He is French. It's not called Candle McGee. What are you talking about? Ben's gone bananas. I've told you about coming to work drunk. I love that. I think they're amazing, look. Just fab. Oh, I'm dropping them as well. And you get 4 altogether because you're getting 2 pairs at £6.95. Kind of like a Hanukkah candle as well, maybe, not totally, but is it? We don't do another star buy. You don't. Tom, no, not Tom. Scott went, oh, I do. Okay, it's time for another star buy. There's nothing in my box. You have to come and get it. That's in 11. It's in 11. You said 12. You said box number 12, box number 12. Oh, there's nothing in there. Was it? I'm going to give you 2 lots of 1.5 wire. I've got to say 1.5 is my ultimate favourite of all time. We are going to be doing 3mm wire, Rachel. Have you heard that rumour?
I haven't ever worked with that before.
I know. Rachel Norris has never worked with 3mm wire. It's going to happen. Now, I didn't make it up. It really is happening. Did you make that up? How come I know before you? Now, 1.5 wire, 2 lots of it. 1.5 wire is great because it's wonderful for rings. It's great if you just literally cut off, what's that, about 6 inches, Mikey?
Yeah,
about 6 inches. And you get your chase hammer and you flatten it with your chase hammer. While it's still warm, put it round your ring mandrel, curl the ends first. While it's still warm, put it round your ring mandrel. The easiest ring I've ever made, and it looks like a silversmith has made it. I promise you, it's brilliant. And actually, it's the proudest moment when you go, how easy was that? How great does it look? Gemma Crow sells those for £12 each.
Yes.
And they cost pence, don't they, to make?
Yeah, they do, literally. And not very long to time as well, because time is money as well, so, yeah.
Indeed, especially if you're selling your jewellery on. Now, you need to get yourself on the phone lines now. This is Gemma Crow's favourite dense gauge, I think. Well, one of them. It's hard for you and Gemma to have favourite gauges because you use them all so much.
I basically use one, I think, oh, that's my favourite, and then I go and use another bit. I thought, oh yes, I really miss using that, and I like using it. I haven't used 0.8 for a while. I've just used 0.8 now, and oh, I think that's quite nice. I'll do something with that now.
It just refreshes your memory, doesn't it?
I've been really happy using the wider gauges of the wire, the thicker gauges, because they've made me produce different pieces, like the ones I've done today. I've done them with the thicker gauges of wire.
I can't believe how much this lady's done for a challenge. Can I just say that? It's absolute madness. Now I'm going to give you 2 lots of wire. Today's definite word of the day is wire. 1.5, 20 metres of it. You're going to make an amazing saving. These are just under £10 each, normally at £9.95. You should be paying so much more. We're going to give you a deal today. They're not £9.95 each. I'm going to give you them both for £12.95, which is crazy. Wow, factor 20. Loads of you in on that one. You are going to benefit from your extended money back guarantee from now until the 31st of January next year. Now, 1.5 wire was introduced to us not that long ago. Has it even been with us a year? I don't think so, has it?
No.
Did you have to go elsewhere, Rachel, to get your 1.5 wire, or could you not get it?
Yes, and I couldn't use it for JM Designs because obviously we didn't have it, and now we can do all these different things.
Where does it make your life easier with your designs then?
Frames, immediate impact, strength. If you want to quickly whip together a torque necklace, you've got it immediately. Yeah, I think it's the strength. Something like a piece like this I'm just making now. It's so strong. I like this, a piece of jewellery that's going to last. And have longevity, and it just has that feel to it. And
it's your muscles.
Yeah.
It's your incredible Hulk. It's keeping everything together. And then you've got your little pretty embellishments. £12.95 is your price tag. It really is wonderful. To have you on board today, we are down to the last 13 of these in stock. You've got to be uber duper quick. YDGC48. We do have unchecked baskets on the website, so please do check those out or you will miss out. I don't want you missing out on anything. Now, last little look. We got time for, I cannot believe how quickly tonight's show has gone. Now, this is a Kumo Hemo finder's kit, but I know somebody who has these. Now, you've got your bell-shaped ends. Now, you've got to be careful how you say that. These are bell-shaped ends. Now, can I just say, I know somebody on Facebook that makes horsehair jewellery out of the wire twister tool, and I love it. And it's these bell-shaped ends that she uses to cap them off. Don't forget the word shape at the end. Now, you have got all of those ends in here. This is your Kumo Hemo end bundle, but it doesn't have to be just for Kumo Hemo. It could be for, actually Rachel, this could be for major wire work. Have you seen these ends?
I bought a few and I just haven't had time to use them yet because I really want to make some Kumo Hemo and I haven't done that for a while, so I've got them in stock ready. I'm trying to think, you could put them on Viking. Viking
knit horsehair jewellery, which I'm really. Have you seen the horsehair jewellery that you get? Go and have a look at it. It's brilliant.
I've seen it. Yes, and yeah, I have seen it. It looks like rondell quartz, doesn't it? When it's made. When
it's a black and white tail. Yeah. Now, you've also got the jump rings, you've also got your toggle clasps, your bell-shaped ends, and 4 of the pendant bails. Now, these will slip onto a Kumo Hemo, or how Rachel was just showing us, could be anything, you know, where you've got that thickness. Kumo Hemo, it could be anything really. It could be that you've plaited wire together. You've got all of these to go with. Now you've got your toggle clasp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of your bell-shaped ends, 4 of your pendant bails, and you've got your open jump rings as well. They're only £8.95 for all of this. I just think this is a great bundle for you if you're thinking about experimenting with other bundles. EFA Zoo is your item code, Z00. You can use your credit card or your debit card to come shopping with us today. I think that is such a wonderful price tag for so much. And if you're going to use your drawer plate to make your Viking knit really, really skinny, oh, it's for Viking knit as well. That's what I didn't say. If you want to make your Viking knit really, really skinny, this is great to pop on the end of it. So that saves for you. I'm going to pop those back. What box did I get those from? And then we're going to go and see. Rachel is literally on fire because she's made so much, unbelievably, within her challenge, because she's not had a lot of time today, but unbelievably, Rachel has absolutely made stacks. Let's get on over and have a look at Lady Norris and her incredible piece. This has got to stop. You've got to stop creating because the other guest designers are going to go mad. Look at this. The minute I gave you took that strand, you were like, vroom, whip something up a storm.
I thought the purple and the copper, I thought I might try and do one of these as my next masterclass, do some of these forms.
Yes.
To show how to make them. Again, the dragonfly too. I thought that would be really quite nice.
Look at that! I love your dragonflies.
Thank you.
Fantastic, and you've used those amazing little wheel beads as well.
Yes, and
there and at the top too.
And the tourmaline through that tourmaline strand. It looks quite earthy actually.
Doesn't it? I love tourmaline for that. And I can see that you'd like that. It's kind of Cornish colours in there. Now you've got the beautiful rose gold. Isn't it gorgeous? Everyone's like oohing and ahhing in the gallery. No, Ben, you can't steal that for your girlfriend. Ben, you have got, I love it. Now you've used the gizmo coils in between each one.
Those are bits to cut
you
up
used
the
the
ends
same?
because I made the original turtle sides too long. I just chopped them down, so I had those chunks in the
How
bag.
did you chop it? What with?
Just like
a saw cutter?
You use wire cutter pliers that aren't going to blunt.
Like tin snips or something?
If you use these, you blunt them, and I have blunted them by trying to get through all the layers.
Oh no.
Snip them one wire at a time if you're snipping through to get. I cut them into chunks, and these were basically the ends because I'd made those too long. So I had them left over in the bag, so I thought I'll make them into connectors.
Never
today.
waste anything, do we,
No,
crafty types?
Actually, they came in quite useful as long as you wrap the ends because they're a bit sharp. So make sure you wrap over the ends there.
Fantastic. Then we've got, and this is from an earlier kit that we gave to you. Now the bag's sold out, has it? I think the bag's gone and sold out. There's 3 unchecked baskets. If you want it, 3 unchecked baskets. So you'll have to come through on the phone lines if you want that, or steal on the web. It's like a snowflake, says Ben in the middle of the big necklace. Or a flower. Yes, it is. Tudor rose.
Yeah,
You see,
quite fun making that actually. I just put the gizmo coil on the top to hold the whole structure together because you can do it on its own. It tends to slightly collapse downwards, so give it a little bit of structure and form at the top with that.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Coil,
and you've used chainmail in there as well.
Bit of chainmail, bit of the wrap loops, everything. Yes.
Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. I love the colours as well, of course. The bracelet that we saw earlier, so the very original technique that Rachel showed us, and if you didn't catch that, it will be repeated on YouTube and it will be going on Facebook, hopefully today, if not first thing in the morning. And I've got the turtle for you here as well. I love everyone is in love with Rachel's turtle. Isn't this wonderful?
And I think if there's all the photographs that we've got, I will put a little bit of information about slightly what we've done. So when they're on Facebook, I'll find some time tomorrow and just write a little piece about it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, we really appreciate it. And then the flower technique again. Isn't that fabulous? And we showed you that in detail earlier on in today's show, and the bundles that are on the website for you to buy now. You can, a couple of those have sold out. Now remember our one-time only offer, £75 for £111.70 worth of wire is fast running out. Now you can see the use of the wax wire cone at the bottom, the gizmo coils as well. Definitely a favourite of mine. I love those tassels with all of that chain, fantastic. Mike is getting right in there with the wax Y-cone. We're all going to get wax Y-cone t-shirts, aren't we? And then you've got the end piece, which is just gorgeous. And Rachel showed us how to wire work those little pieces in and out earlier on today. So you've made so much.
There's a lot of different techniques. I've thoroughly enjoyed being back on.
We've loved you.
You're a wonderful person to be with.
You are too.
And you're such a support.
Oh God, no.
So yeah, I hope to bring more designs to you in 2014.
We're looking very much forward to it. Now, when are you back? Are you booked in?
We're not booked in yet. We've just got to wait for a DVD to be produced, edition 2. Edition 3 is already filmed as well, and that's going to be edited, and then once I can pay for it, I'll get it all sorted out. But edition 2 is on its way now, being done, and it'll be hopefully early to mid-January, and then we've just got to schedule a show to bring it to everybody.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. I really am. Now, we've had a few text messages before you go, Rachel, which I'm just going to read out to you before we hand over to the fabulous Ed. I'm going to have to look up because Gloucestershire, yoo-hoo! Sheila, hello darling. Wow, what an inspiration Rachel is. I've been watching while making a very basic wire robin. I aspire to be just a fraction of Rachel's prowess fab. Do you know what, Sheila? She is an utter inspiration, and people from Gloucestershire do know what they're talking about, you know.
I've got lovely friends in Gloucestershire.
Have you?
Fiona, yes, Fiona is lovely. And of course,
Whereabouts?
Long Hope livery. Yeah, very good place to keep your horses.
Oh. I love my Gloucestershire, that's where I'm from. I get very excited when I see a fellow Gloucestershirean. I've got another one for you. And this is from, that didn't work, that wasn't a text message, Scott, wrong button. Helen in Manchester says, great to see Rachel back on the show. Far too long. Thank you, Helen. It has. I agree with you. Thank you so much for everybody's interaction today. Now, Ed, can you fill me in on what I might be expecting to see today? He's not, he's gone to the toilet. Alison Howe from Flintshire says, fantastic show, Rachel and Jenny, adore the turtle. Could you hide one for me in the studio, please? Love, Alison. Is that wire work, Alison, do you think?
I can't wait to see your next show, Alison, as well.
It is Alison, oh it is, it says Alison Howe.
Every time I just think, oh, and you've got some, I know what Alison's going to be doing, because we talk about it and to make sure we don't do the same things, and she has got some beautiful designs and ideas. Oh my goodness, you're going to have such fun with watching her.
I do. I can't. I really want that robin. I may swap you a robin for a turtle as long as I've got 2 turtles to trade. But otherwise, no, Alison. I'm trying to steal your robin as it is. Do you know how hard it is? Now we have been super inspired, and we are going to give Ed to you in a sec. We've had who? Sorry. We've had loads and loads of text messages. Thank you to Paddy for yours as well. Be clean or we can't show it on screen is all I'm going to say. Now, thank you so much for keeping interactive. We are going to be on Facebook. Ed's up after me at 5 with... OK, let me know, Ed, what's coming up in the show today? He's coming in. What's coming up?
So many exciting things, Jenny.
You've got a bit of a tang going on there. I like the purple. It looks good. I haven't seen it for ages. Can I just say thank you to Ed? Thanks to Ed, because now tomorrow I can go and watch my son's football match. Thank you. Love you.
Microphone on. We've just got 2 brand new strands.
They smell nice.
Thanks.
I like this.
I like the sound surprised. Do I not normally sound nice?
It always sound nice, but it was like, oh, nice.
Do you know what? Somebody in the workshop just said to me, oh, you look so much younger in real life.
Oh.
Honestly. We'll be back in 1 minute with the Miss Out show.
It's the purple. It's the purple. It's the lavender amethyst shades of purple. I like it. So do tune in at 5 for Ed. He's coming up. All that's left to say is a great big thank you and safe journey all the way back to Cornwall. It's going to take you for ages.
And I'm having lots and lots of wine when I get home. Lots.
Okay, you get on the bubbles, and I'd like some drunken Facebook messages, please. Thank you so much for joining us. Ed's up tomorrow at 9. Big thanks to Ed for that. He's an absolute wonder, and we will see you again soon. God bless.
Bye-bye, darlings.
We all know that you need the right